I'm in the zone when the big blocks rumble. Slide in the slick, watch the quick line crumble. MDiTV got the heat in the tunnel. Boost in the stream, better tighten that buckle. Dirt flying, wide tires grinding. Slide job city, full send, no hiding. Modified beast, you can't fake that tone. It's a full barrel growl and it shakes your dome. Big block, we bring the thunder. Big block, straight out of the under. Big block, tear up the clay. If you ain't built tough, better get out the way. From Brewerton down to the Port Royal gates, I'm shifting fate when I rotate plates. Got torque in the veins and hate in the dust. It's checkers or wreckers and slide we trust. I ain't here for a cruise or a cameo. I'm throwing sliders like Mario. Red flag rage when I rage the show. Tech with the flow when the wheels go roll. Big block, full send savage. Big block, dirt track havoc. Big block, hear that scream. Built not bought, it's a racer's dream. Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Wrench turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll, you know what it means.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Getting up into the race now. It looks like it's going to be a good one. 5400 SOF. I see Caleb Durgan, Rockefeller, Moody, Hickerson, Matt Severin, Schaefer, Swank, Brundage, Nick Story, Kuta, Goffmanis, Tyler Reed, Tyson Banks. We got Trey Pasca all getting ready for tonight's big block opener. Got 4 races here tonight to watch, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Make sure you guys like, share, and follow the stream as we get up into the session.
Shout out to the warriors in the pits. Rich turners, heat burners, slide with the blitz. MDiTV, yeah, we lit on stream. When the big blocks roll,
What's up, everybody? Let's get over into the action. These guys in practice right now. Let's go ahead and see who is at the top of the charts. Looks like Caleb Durgan out there with the quick time. Nick Story, Brian Hodge, Tyler Hampton, and Aaron Rockefeller. Your top 5 right now here in practice. If you were in there, it'd be 27, right? Hey, 5,400. I mean, that is low compared to the supers. Supers are probably going to be massive here tonight with Eldora. You look, it's got to be a 2,700 SOF for me to make one of these anymore. I've killed my rating. Jacob Schultz going to jump up into that top 5. So is Nick Story. Brundage going to reel in the tail end of that top 5. We're going to see who gets out there and are racing. We got Landon Moody in tonight's race. We don't normally see Moody in the big block, in any of the openers. He's going to be here at the big block openers. USA is a popular track for some of these drivers. Got Kuta out there in that number 35 machine, putting down some laps. So Durgan's probably going to keep the top of the boards, as it looks like the lap times might be slowing down a little bit now. We'll see. Maybe somebody will surprise us. I mean, they're not that much slower. All right, about 40 seconds left until we get into qualifying. Let me know out there, who's your favorite here tonight? Looks like we got, what, 20-ish, 21 cars here tonight. So we will be sending a few home. Can't believe, yeah, I know, Ray. It sucks. What do you got, 2 more weeks? 2 more weeks, Ray? All right, we are going to get into qualifying. About 5 seconds left here in practice as it is going to come to an end. We're going to get into qualifying here tonight. Who is going to be our quick time? Let's see who's going to jump out on the track first. But before we do that, make sure you guys get the stream a like, a share, and a follow me back for Volusia. Okay. That's probably my best track. All right, let's see who's going to be the first one to jump out on the track here tonight. Who is going to be? Oh, look at this. We got Caleb Durgan out there pretty quick. It's been a minute since we've seen him in a top split official. He has not been running them in that number 17 here tonight as he takes his lap. Here's just about that is hilarious. No real answer. That is hilarious. So Durgan out there putting down his best time. Let's see what it is going to be. Will he accept this lap as he comes down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4? Jacob, thank you for the follow. As they come out of turn number 4, here comes Caleb Durgan across the track. What is that time going to be? It is going to be a 21.101 for Caleb Durgan. So Caleb Durgan going to come out there and set the bar pretty high here tonight. On his lap, we're going to go find someone who might be able to beat her. Let's see, Ryan Kuta. Ryan Kuta is out there. Let's see what Ryan Kuta can do here tonight as he comes around the across the line to start lap number 1. Been a while since this. You know, Tyler Reed's in here. What's up, Rich? Richard had a good weekend, I see. As Ryan's going to go ahead and bail out of that lap. He did not like that one. Let's see. I saw Tyler Reed has not put down a lap. I see Matt Severance going out. We got Landon Moody out there in the number 84. Jordan's going to be quick to... Yeah, Jordan is out there. He's not a fan of this track. Yeah, good win for you guys out there this weekend, Rich. As Landon Moody going to come across the line. He's going to be 14th quick with a 21.499. That is not what he wanted. LaFon's going to come across. He's going to be a tick quicker than Landon Moody. He's going to come out with a 491. He's going to hope. Oh, Nick Story went to the top of the charts with a 139. I guess I was wrong. That was a 161 from Caleb Durgan. So hard for me to see that sometimes. Let's see who else is out there. Here comes Tyler Reed as he comes across the line. He is going to go 5th quick with a 21.273. LaFon is top split. Yeah, he made top split. Hickerson did not put a lap down. That is going to be the end of qualifying. Remember, we will be sending 3 cars home here tonight. Is it a 5-1? I can't fucking read it. It's so small on my screen. It is a 5-1. Yes, you're right, Ray. I can't see it on my screen. Fastest, Carl. Yeah. Look, good weekend. That W is always a good thing to do there. Track position was huge this weekend. The racing was good, though. All right, let's go ahead and get ready for tonight's starting lineup here in heat race number 1. Starting on the pole here tonight. In the number 10 machine, it's going to be Nick Story. Outside of him, in the number 12, he has not had a lot of luck lately. He's hoping to turn it around. It's going to be Jacob Schultz. Starting inside, row number 2, in that number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him, in the number 18, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Starting inside, row number 3, in the number 35 machine, it is going to be Ryan Kuta. Outside of him, in the number 83, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Starting inside, row number 4, in that number 12 machine, it's going to be Trey Pasica. Outside of him in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Starting inside, row number 5 in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFawn. Outside of him in the 747, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the number 9 machine, is it the 3? I think it's the 3. It's going to be Logan Hickerson. Wrong way, Hickerson. Where are you going? Hickerson, they're going the other way. Oh, the Thrill Factory guys. Yeah, that is a number 3. That is a horrible number 3. He's obviously not using trading paints anymore. As we get out on the track, it is going to be 2 laps of pace. And I'm hoping tonight's feature is pretty clean because we are going to be pushing it for the supers. We might end up a little bit late as these guys roll through turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get that one to go this time by. It is going to be 8 laps here in heat race number 1. It's Hickerson. Hickerson, yes. I think he's been drinking. It's that college life. Hold on. Hold on a second. Hey, Hickerson, you were far enough back. You didn't need to go backwards. Oh, because you didn't qualify?
It wouldn't let me in my garage. It wouldn't let me do anything.
That
Yo,
sucks.
James, can chat hear me right now?
Yes, they can.
Yo, what up, chat?
We're going to the front.
I'm going to jump back up to the booth. Later, guys.
All right, see.
All right, that was Durgan at the end as a green flag is out. Green flag is out. His Story's going to take the lead with Jacob Schultz in that number 2 spot. Brundage going to have issues. He is facing the wrong way already. Let's go see what happened to Brundage here as he goes around on lap number 1. Who gets contact with that 916? He's going to... Let's see. Oh, he gets in the back. Him and Schaefer get together. Oh, he got in the back of Schaefer. That is unfortunate for both those drivers. As we go back onto the track, it is going to be Nick Story leading the way. So Story going to lead the way as Schultz going to look up underneath him out of turn number 4. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Jacob Schultz with 2 laps complete. Everything we're doing tonight, Jimbo, is going to be top split officials. Top split officials. Down into turn number 3 and 4, going to be Schultz leading the way. Nick Story second. Goffmanis in that number 3 spot, closing the gap on Story out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. They're going to keep it clean and green so far as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. Goffmanis in that number 35 trying to close the gap as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Rockefeller in the number 5 spot. It is going to be Tyson Banks in the final transfer spot right now, in that number 7 position. Right now, if Laboon can't get there, he's going to be starting pole on the Consi as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So Schultz looking to turn his luck around, hopefully with a heat win here tonight as they come out of turn number 2, leading the way, pulling away from Story down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be 3 laps to go when they hit the line, this time by 3 laps to go. So LaFawn trying to find some speed. He's got Hickerson closing in, trying to breathe down his neck as they head through turn number 1 and 2. That is 7th, 8th, and 9th right in front of you. Tyson Banks on that bubble spot. He's trying to hold on as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Good run down the back straightaway, able to pull LaFawn as they come out of turn number 4. Rockefeller trying to make a move on Ryan Kuta as they head into 1 and 2. 2 laps to go. Here comes Rockefeller. This track's pretty bumpy here. You can see these guys bouncing out of the turns down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3. Here comes Rockefeller down low. Rockefeller through turn number 3 and 4. It's side by side for that number 5 spot. Drag race down the front straightaway. Kuta going to have the advantage with the run on the outside. Top 3 closing in on each other. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Looks like Banks might be safe as it stands right now as Schultz rolls down the back straightaway one last time through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Give heat race number 1 to Jacob Schultz, Nick Story, Ryan Goffmanis, Ryan Kuta, Aaron Rockefeller, Trey Pasica, and Tyson Banks all going to the feature here tonight. Laboon, Hickerson, Schaefer, and Brundage going to the Consi. All right, we are going to stack them up here for heat race number 2. It is going to be Caleb Durgan starting on the pole here tonight. In heat race number 2, he's going to be looking to take it all the way to the front. It is going to be Caleb Durgan all the way to the end. It's going to be Caleb Durgan starting on the pole here tonight in that number 17. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 1 machine, look for him to be fast tonight. It's going to be Tyler Reed. Outside of him in the number 3 machine, it's going to be Matt Severance. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 14 machine, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Outside of him in the number 11, it's going to be Blake Steele. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight in that number 4 row, it's going to be the 27 of Michael Swank. Starting in that number 7 spot, outside of him in the number 14, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Then rounding out the last row on the inside, it's going to be the number 84 of Landon Moody. Outside of him in the number 49, it's going to be Brock Stout. Looking for the green flag here tonight. Green flag is out. Nope, maybe it's not. Sorry. We haven't even finished the first lap. My bad. Let's go Moody. Yeah, Moody's got some work to do. All right, now it's one to go. What's up, Benny? What's up, Shane? What's up, Shane Haas? Mason, thank you for the follow. Make sure you guys are getting those likes, shares, and follows in here. Let's get some people up in the stream. Yeah, pace lap. My bad. The pace laps are so long here, I forget. I'm doing all right. No, well, just T. Just T. My night's going pretty good. As we look for the green flag this time by, as they head into turn number 3 and 4, Caleb Durgan and Joseph Matthews on that front row. Green flag is out. Definitely my fault. My fault for sure, Shane. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Durgan leading the way. Battle's going to be for second. Tyler Reed up underneath Matthews as they're side by side out of turn number 2. He's got the old Ducharme paint scheme on that thing as he blows the doors off of Matthews down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Matt's going to shove it in there, almost gets into the back of Reed as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. They're going to get a single file. Durgan's going to lead lap number 1. Down into 1 and 2. Severance looking up underneath Matthews. Matthews going to look up underneath Reed out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Severance is going to lose a ton of ground, but Matthews is going to stay all over the back of Reed into turn number 3 and 4. Blake Steele in that number 11 machine trying to work up underneath Matthews. Can't quite get there as they come down, Severance, as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. Let's go back here to the number 7 spot. So right now, it is Tyler Hampton in that number 14, yellow 14 machine, currently in that bubble spot. Looks like Swank, Brock Stout, and Moody are the cars out as it stands right now as they come out of turn number 4. Moody is off the pace a little bit here. He's got to find some speed as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Battle is tight, though, for the number 6 spot as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Man, it is so bumpy as they come down the back straightaway. Here comes Swank looking for the number 7 spot. Swank trying to race his way in as they head through turn number 3 and 4. A little bit sideways there. Going to lose some ground. Falls back in line down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Looks like Durgan is checked out as these guys are racing it out. Here comes Steele up underneath Severance out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Steele has to get back in line as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Pair of 14s battling it out behind them. It's going to be Hampton and Hodge out of turn number 4. Hodge is going to win that battle with 3 laps to go. 3 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Anything could happen here. They're so tight together. Little bit of contact could take up most of the field here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Severn's going to try to push Steele down. Steele doesn't take it, pushes him off the track. They're 4 wide out of turn number 4. Big contact. Hodge going to be able to hold on to it. Swank is going to be the biggest loser on that one as they continue to race through 1 and 2. Brock Stout going to race his way in as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn 2 down the back straightaway. Might have been some contact between Steele and Severance as Steele went up the track as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, going to be white flag, 1 lap to go. 1 lap to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. They're trying to make it 3 wide into 1 and 2. That's not going to work. Right now, these guys are all in, but they're going to be 3 wide down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Brock Stout going to shove it in there. Slides up the track as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be Durgan, Reed, Matthews, Severance, Steele, Hodge, Stout going to the feature, Hampton, Swank, and Moody in the LCQ. All right, so an interesting... You got the feel for Steele, right? All right, time for the LCQ. Who's going to be our B main warrior here tonight? Starting on the pole in the 144, it's going to be Jordan Laboon. Outside of him, in the number 14 machine, it is going to be Tyler Hampton. Starting inside row number 3 in that, or row number 2 in that number 3 machine, it's going to be Logan Hickerson. Outside of him in the number 27, it's going to be Michael Swank. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 83 machine, it's going to be Matt Schaefer. Outside of him in the number 84, it's going to be Landon Moody. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Brundage is going to be interesting to watch drive up through the field because he probably should have made it in on his heat race, but he ended up going around. Let's see if he can make some ground up here tonight in the LCQ. Top 4 going to transfer through. Everybody else is going home here tonight. Well, my phone just went nuts. All right, looking for the green flag next time by. They're going to get the 1 to go at the line. Jordan LaFon leading the field in that 144. All right, let's see where we at here tonight. Let's see how everything is looking. Everything's looking good, looking good. Looking good. Make sure you guys say hello, whichever platform you're on. Let me make sure that is working as these guys are side by side into turn number 1 and 2. Looking for that green flag this time by. Who's your pick? Who's going to be our B-Main Warriors here tonight? Let me know out in the chat. Can Laboon hold on for 10 laps here in the LCQ? He's got some fast drivers in this one. This could be awfully interesting. I'm pretty sure if there's no contact, I would say Swank would make it. I think Laboon should make it. Hickerson, I don't know. It's going to be tough. There's definitely some good drivers in this one. As the green flag is out. Green flag is out. Looks like Tyler Hampton asleep at the wheel on that start. Loses some ground. Here comes Hickerson up underneath. Laboon going to lead him out of turn number 2. Battle's going to be for second on back as Hickerson holds low down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Go Tri-City, says Carby. What's up, Justin? As they come out of turn number 4, Laboon going to wreck himself lap 7. That is the prediction out there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Hickerson. Hickerson up underneath the number 144 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Hickerson going to have that bottom side. He's going to shove it up into turn number 3 and 4. Slides up the track. Here comes Laboon trying to come back with the cut down, but it's going to be Hickerson at the line leading lap number 2. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Swank going to roll the bottom into turn number 1 and 2. Wow, Laboon looked real good in the middle of the corner there. Had to back out of it. Almost ran over Hickerson. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Swank making some ground up down on that bottom side as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps complete, 5 laps to go. Moody needs some help here. He definitely does not have the setup for this track. He is struggling in that number 84. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Swank starting to lose some ground down on that bottom side. He's going to shove it back up in there into turn number 3 and 4, trying to hold on. That number 27 looked like Hampton was going to make it 3 wide. He had to back out of it, got back up to the top of Swank as they head into 1 and 2. Swank going to continue to work that bottom stuck down on the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Brundage slowly closing the gap in that 916. This could get interesting for a transfer spot. If these guys continue to race side by side, that should help Brundage close the gap as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Swank going to hit the bump, bounces up the track, almost into Laboon. Laboon going to have the run on the outside. Here comes Brundage in the number 916. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Swank going to shove it in, slides up the track, almost parked it on Laboon. They're 3 wide out of turn number 4. Swank was tired of being on the bottom side. He's going to put Tyler Hampton down there as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Brundage. Battle for the transfer spot. Oh, Hampton parks it on Laboon's nose, and Laboon gives him the horn. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Swank back down on the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go, and the transfer spots are up for grab as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Swank going to roll the bottom through turn number 1 and 2. Here comes Brundage with the run on the outside. Drag race down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go at the line as Swank shoves it in deep in 3 and 4. Swank's got the speed. It's just so hard to pass right now as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Swank's going to get on it hard, slides up the track, almost into Laboon. Here comes Brundage down to the bottom side. Down the back straightaway, big run for Brundage. Brundage going to ship it into turn number 3 and 4. Brundage had a massive run, slides up the track, parks it in front of Laboon, takes that transfer spot. Here comes Laboon down low. Swank is now out as they come down into turn number 1 and 2. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Can Swank get there? Laboon down low out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. You were wrong. Looking for 3 and 4. Hickerson leads the way. Checkered flag is out. It's going to be Hickerson winning the LCQ. Hampton, Brundage, and Laboon going to the feature here tonight. Swank, Schaefer, and Moody are going home. Hampton shat on your pick. Wow, what a race. What a race. Yeah, one of them kind of did. I could see that. All right. That was exciting. Hopefully the feature is that exciting as we are going to get ready for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 12 machine. He's looking to come back from some down races, looking to maybe take a victory here tonight. It's going to be the number 12 of Jacob Schultz. Outside of him in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Caleb Durgan. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 10 machine, it's going to be Nick Story. Outside of him in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Tyler Reed. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 2 machine, it's going to be Ryan Goffmanis. Outside of him in the number 9, it's going to be Joseph Matthews. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 35 machine, it's going to be Ryan Kuta. Outside of him, it was supposed to be the number 3 of Matt Severance. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in that number 18 machine, it's going to be Aaron Rockefeller. Outside of him, in the number 11, it's going to be Blake Steele. Starting inside row number 6 here tonight in that yellow number 12 machine, or sorry, it's not yellow, in that purplish color and white number 12 machine, it's going to be Trey Peseski. Wow. Logan missed the grid too. Hickerson missed the grid too. Oh my God. Outside of him, in the number 14, it's going to be Brian Hodge. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, starting inside row number 7 in that number 747 machine, it's going to be Tyson Banks. Outside of him, in the number 49, it's going to be Brock Stow. Starting inside row number 8 in the number 3 machine, it's going to be Logan Hickerson. Outside of him, it's going to be Tyler Hampton. Then rounding out the field here tonight in the final row, starting inside row number 9 in the number 916, it's going to be Nick Brundage. Outside of him in the 144, it's going to be Jordan LaFawn. So it looks like Matt Severance and Logan Hickerson both missing the grid. They're going to be starting from pit road as they head into turn number 3 and 4. We are looking for that green flag this time by. Who's it going to be? Justin, thank you for the follow as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Yeah, I know. I normally say it right. Green. Oh, we got black flags. Durgan and Schultz with a black flag. Oh, no. They jumped it. They jumped it. Oh, no. Schultz going to lead it. Durgan in second, but Tyler Reed or Nick Story are going to be the leader as they come out of turn at number 4. You can see they got the black flag up there as they come down the front straightaway. I don't know how bad that black flag is. It could be a 1 second black flag, and if they could just get out there far enough, it might not matter. As they come down the back straightaway, we've got one hitting the wall. Nick Story grabbing the wall. He's going to lose a bunch of spots as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Yeah, I usually say it right. I was just overthinking it. It's probably 10 seconds. I agree with that. But it could be one. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. These guys trying to pull away. Caleb Durgan going to grab the wall. I know Durgan and Schultz both capable of gapping this field. This could still get interesting as they come out of turn number 4. Schultz going to lead it. Caleb Durgan in second. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Durgan going to roll the bottom through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Schultz going to have the run on the outside. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. They need to get a big gap here. They're only half a second in front of Tyler Reed. I wonder if Reed knows that they got a black flag. If he knows they got a black flag, he will know he doesn't have to race these guys. As they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, Schultz going to get that big run on the outside. He's going to keep the spot as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Schultz leads it. Caleb Durgan second. Tyler Reed in third as they come out of turn number 4. Man, I can't believe they did that. Here comes Durgan. Durgan's going to commit to that bottom side. He definitely told. Yeah, I didn't look. I know Durgan's in with Hickerson right now, which those guys are good. Hickerson's not here. Severance is out there as Schultz continues to lead. Here comes Durgan to the outside. Durgan thought about the outside. Now he's going to go back down low out of turn number 2. Big run for the 17. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Durgan going to slide up the track as they come out of turn number 4. No, he stays on the bottom. Takes the lead. New race leader at the line. It's going to be Caleb Durgan that time by. Durgan going to go back to the bottom of turn number 1 and 2. Schultz going to get the run on the outside. Big run out of turn number 1 and 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. This track is looking pretty racy tonight as Durgan slides up this time in 3 and 4. Schultz going to come back with the cut down out of turn number 4. Can't do anything with it. Has to get back in line. Just an update here. Durgan almost 1 second out in front of Reed. Oh, he's about 9/10 of a second. Here comes Schultz, but Durgan's going to slam the door out of turn number 2. Yeah, were you using a setup or were you trying to build one, Moody? Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. 9 laps complete. Things have calmed down a little bit here up at the front. We're going to move back as they are pretty racy back here around Nick Story. Story in that number 7 spot. Joseph Matthews down low. Big run for Matthews. It really looks like Story is fighting an ill-handling car, especially when it hits those bumps, as Matthew able to get the run out of turn number 2. Takes the spot. Yeah, and you had to make some adjustments. Yeah, it'll be black flagged at the end. It's whatever their time penalty is. So they'll have a time penalty. Move back up here. So Tyler Reed staying close enough as they head into turn number 1 and 2. This might be the battle for the lead. Tyler Reed and Ryan Goff-Manis could be the battle for the lead here as they come out of turn number 2. Yes, LaFawn held on. You had him battling his ass off, Swank. as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 12 laps complete. So Durgan has one goal, and that is to get that number 17 out as far as he can. I'm curious how that's going to be. Yeah, I know you didn't get a lot of time. And the left rear bite was probably too high when you got in there, and you had to make adjustments on that. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. This could be the battle for the win. I know it's for third on the track, but the top two do have black flags. Reed might not make it matter because he is trying to gain on Schultz. He's going to lose ground out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. It's going to be Caleb Durgan out front, Jacob Schultz in second. Both of them have black flags. How long that penalty is, I have no idea. If somebody can find out, let me know. As they head into turn number 1 and 2, yellow flag comes out. It's going to be Severance in the number 3, probably tired of driving around by himself. Yeah, I know. You don't drive the big blocks often. Oh, he gets the wall. And he's going to stop on the track, draw the yellow. Oh, my God. Durgan got him. Oh, Kuta got him. I don't know. So he stopped to draw the caution and collected a couple cars. Kind of a bad spot to stop. The caution flag is out here tonight. Matt, thank you for the boxing gloves and the corn. Appreciate that. Hold on. We're going to see if we can find out. All right, let's see if we can find out here. So how long's that black flag for? Was it one? Was it just 1 or 10? Why'd you pull off? What did the black flag say?
It just said black flag post race. Like, it didn't give me a time or anything, so I assume it was like a DQ black flag.
Oh. All right. I figured I'd try out. I think Schultz is trying to get rid of it. Hoping it goes away.
There's no way of getting rid of it.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Stupidity.
All right. I was just curious.
Oh,
Have fun. Well,
turn to the race
all right.
track.
I'll catch you next week, right?
Where's next week?
I don't know, but you need an interview. It's been a while.
It has been a while. We go to Cedar Lake. You won't. See you November 17th on my birthday at Oswego, James. Oh, man. See you there.
All right, buddy. All right, so Durgan pulled out of this one. It didn't tell him what the time was, but he is there going for the green flag. It is going to be Tyler Reed and Ryan Goff-Manis on that front row. Jacob Schultz still has the black flag. Sucks for him as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be Tyler Reed to the point. Ryan Goff-Manis in second, as battle's going to be for third on back as they come out of turn number 2. Rockefeller putting himself in a position to possibly have a chance to steal one here tonight. He's still got a lot of laps here as they head into turn number 3 and 4. 3 wide as Trey hits the bottom behind him as they come out of turn number 4. Trey is digging in that number 12 machine. Could he put that thing up front? He's seeing opportunity here. Almost clipped the inside wall as he trims the grass into 1 and 2. Takes it to the bottom. They're going to be 3 wide out of turn number 2. Here comes Blake Steele in that number 11 machine. Down the back straightaway. Steele grabs the wall as they head into 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Look at this. Joseph Matthews on the run in that number 9 machine. Currently up to the number 3 spot. Looking pretty good as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Brundage is up 8 spots now, up into the number 9 spot. He is looking for a couple more as they come down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. I was practicing in that practice session on the iRacing set, Moody. I just upped the gear and dropped the gas. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway, looking for 1 and 2. Oh, Brock is not happy in the number 49. As he gets pushed back to the back. See, Severance knew what he was doing. He is now caught back up to the field. Oh, he is still a lap down. So Severance is a lap down as they come out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Tyler Reed going to continue to win. I don't know. It's going to be hard to beat Reed here tonight, but Ryan going to stay on his heels as they head into 3 and 4. Matthews in second. Matthews in third. Rockefeller fourth. Ryan Kuta in that number 5 spot. But look at Trey. Trey is moving his way forward. He's up 5 spots. So is Rockefeller as they head into 1 and 2. This is one of those tracks where we have seen tire wear be a factor. It is very, very bumpy. It is very bumpy. As they come out of turn number 4, Reed continues to lead, 21 laps in the books. So we will be going to the super race after this. We might be a little late. We'll see if we get some interviews in here as Tyler Reed continues to lead Matthews in that number 3 spot. Let's see. Rockefeller continuing to try to dig in that number 18. I wouldn't mind seeing Rockefeller in victory lane in a big block opener. That would be freaking wild. As they come out of turn at number 4, down the front straightaway, Nick Story has absolutely been struggling here. He got the quick time in qualifying, but he has struggled ever since as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn at number 3 and 4. We got Nick Story up underneath Banks. Banks on the high side as they head through 3 and 4. Coming to the line is going to be 23 laps complete here tonight. Laboon's back here fighting with Brock for that number 13 spot. Here comes Brock in the 49. He's going to slide up the track. Laboon going to dig the outside. Out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway going to be Reed continuing to lead. Goffmanis is not letting him get away as they come out of turn number 2. He grabs the wall there. I was about to say something good about him. He grabs the wall out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be all Tyler Reed out front so far. Brian Goffmanis in that number 2 spot. Joseph Matthews in third. Rockefeller in fourth. And I'll tell you what, Kuta has his hands full as Trey, Blake, Tyson Banks, Nick Story, Brundage, all on his heels. Out of turn number 4, pretty quiet right now for the most part. I mean, these guys are trying to make moves. It is just a very single file track right now. It is so hard to make a move unless you're ultra aggressive. As you can see, Brundage trying to be that guy in that number 916. A lot of guys giving up a lot of I rating here as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Reed continues to lead this one as it gets a little dicey back here at the back of the pack. Brundage currently in that number 10 spot. Here comes Trey looking up underneath Ryan. Tries to get the run out of turn number 2. He does. He's going to position it up underneath Kuta into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side battle for the number 5 spot. Here comes Trey back on the bottom. Big run out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. Looking for 1 and 2. This is where you're going to see the slider. He slides up the track. Does not clear him. Going to keep it down low out of turn number 2. Big run for Ryan out of turn number 2. Drives it down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Trey has no choice but to get in line as they head through 3 and 4. Back to single file for these guys. Trey's going to continue to try to work the bottom as they try to go 3 wide further back down into turn number 1 and 2. Trey back to work, tries to close the gap on that number 35 once again through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, staying pretty even. Yellow, yellow, yellow. As Story and Brundage have issues. Caution flag is out. Let's see what happens here. Oh, Oh, Story just gets into the back of Brundage. Oh, that is unfortunate. Pile up in turn number 1 and 2. Brundage going to almost roll over. Sets it back down. He's going to keep it rolling. Yeah, Story made a mistake, sending it a little too hard there. Grabbed a little bit of him. I just realized that Hickerson was back out on the track multiple laps down in that number 3. Brundage down on pit road. He's going to get some repairs after that contact. Not sure how bad that car is. It looked like it wasn't going to be too bad, but some other cars piled in. He ended up on the side and almost up and over in that 916. So lucky for him if he does have some damage to repair. This is a long track, 3/4 of a mile here tonight. Takes a lot of time to do a pace lap. We're going to be pushing it for the supers. We might even miss the heat races because they are going up right now for the super modifieds at Eldora. Thing is, we've only had 2 caution flags here, so that just tells you how long this track is. Ooh. All right, if we can go green the rest of the way, I think we're going to miss at least one of the heat races. Probably 2. Turn 2 racing. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. We are probably going to definitely miss the first heat race. Maybe both of them make it in time for the LCQ. But it is the main event that we are all looking forward here to tonight at Eldora. He got hit. He made contact with Severance when Severance was in the wall. But he also had that black flag and it did not give him a time, so he didn't know. Didn't put the Baja set in. It is bumpy, LaFon. It is definitely bumpy. All right, we are looking for the green flag as we got him set up 2x2 out of turn number 4. Don't go too early. We already seen what happened there. Green flag is out. Big stack up on the start. The 11 of steel going to push up the track. We'll see if anybody gets a black flag as they head into turn number 1 and 2. No black flags given out as Reed continues to lead. Here comes Rockefeller. Rockefeller able to rocket into that number 3 spot. He's looking for more as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Rockefeller has been kind of coming in here lately, currently in that number 3 spot. Finished second. Really close with Ward in the opener last week. He's looking to see if he can steal a victory here tonight as they come out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. Here comes Matthews. Matthews looking for the number 3 spot as they're side by side through turn number 3 and 4. Rockefeller going to get the run on the outside. Big run down the front straightaway. He's going to keep it this time by. What's up, Fire? What's going on? Oh, Goffmanis almost into the back of Reed. Battle for the lead starting to heat up as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. Here comes Goffmanis down into 3 and 4. Reed going to squeeze him down. Out of turn 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be Tyler Reed this time by, but he's got company as Goffmanis looking for him into turn number 1 and 2. Ryan going to have to give up a little bit of ground out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. You won in Martinsville. Nice. Nice. Good win. Good win. As they head through turn number 3 and 4, Reed continues to lead. Goffmanis in second. Rockefeller in third. Matthews working that bottom side in that number 4 spot. Trey has finally made his way into 5th in that number 12, trying to close the gap on this battle for 3rd as they come out of turn number 2. Matthews down low. Good run down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3. Rockefeller going to stay up on the high side. Matthews down low. Rockefeller should get the run out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. He's going to keep it this time by. Matthews gets in line as Goffmanis continues to pressure Tyler Reed as they come through turn number 1 and 2. Back up to the front. Ryan going to jump up into that top lane, he's going to take the run out of turn number 4. Let's see what he's able to do with a big run out of 4. Looks to the bottom, heading for turn number 1 and 2. Reed screamed a little as Goffmanis gets on his back bumper as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Goffmanis going to try to get the run as they head for turn number 3 and 4. Look for him to maybe move to the top side. Nope, he's going to run slider through turn number 3 and 4 behind Reed. Let's see if he can get the run out of turn number 4. Reed gets the run, able to hold the lead. Goffmanis I think Goffmanis knows what to do now. That top side of 3 and 4 gave him the run to get on the back bumper to that number 1. Look for him to start working the top side of 1 and 2 or 3 and 4. Definitely was better. Let's see what he does this time as they head into turn number 3. Yeah, he's going to get in there, wind that car up, get all those RPMs going out of turn 4 down the front straightaway. He's going to have to do it a couple laps. He's got to close the gap back in on that number 1 machine into turn number 1 and 2. 38 laps complete. We got 12 laps to go as they come out of turn number 2. So practice just ending, going into qualifying over in the super race. We will be heading over there after the conclusion of this race. 11 laps to go at the line. Goffmanis trying to close the gap on that number 1 machine. Spencer, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. Looks like they've evened out a bit. Goffmanis not able to pull in. Rockefeller comfortably in that number 3 spot. Look at this. Trey has snuck his way up into the number 4 spot. Goffmanis in 5th. Where did Matthews go? Matthews is all the way back to the number 8 spot in that number 9 machine. Laboon has gotten himself up into the top 10, currently in the number 9 spot. He is looking for more as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Wishing he put his Baja package in because it is bumpy out there as they come out of turn number 2. Back up to the front. Brian not able to close any ground as they come out of turn number 4. Does not have what he needs to get there. 41 laps in the books. 9 laps to go. He's probably hoping for a caution, but Tyler Reed definitely not wanting one. Rockefeller, solid run, currently in that number 3 spot. Battle for 5th. Kuta in the number 5 spot. Tyson Banks in 6th. Brian Hodge. Great run for Brian Hodge, currently in that number 7 position. Down into turn number 1 and 2, making it back up to the front right now. Goffmanis trying to close the gap. Let's take a look. Yellow, yellow, yellow. Yellow flag is out. That's going to change a whole lot. I was going to look at the gap, but no reason to do so. Let's see what happens to Blake Steele in the number 11. He said he he got too much wall and goes around and won it. Oh, no. Schultz right into him. So Jacob Schultz is out there, but it's not showing the black flag on him anymore. Let me go ahead and... It is not showing the black flag on my screen anymore. Was he able to get rid of it? Or maybe it's just showing him a lap down now because it is incorporating that black flag. All right, we are going to come out of turn at number 4. Should be 2 to go at the line. 2 to go at the line. We are going to be looking for 1 to go next time by. We will be jumping into the supers at the conclusion of this one. This one running a little bit over in time. But that's okay. We really care about that feature more than anything over there at the supers. That should be a wild one. Oops. That should be a wild one. All right, so it is going to be a single file restart. It is going to be 7 laps to go. Is Moody washed? Yeah. Moody is definitely washed in a big block anyway. As they come out of turn number 4, looking for that white flag. 1 lap to green as they come across the line. 1 more lap, and we got 7 laps to go. So Goffmanis needs to get a good start here. How long will Reed? Reed waited a long time to go last time. Will he try to go a little bit earlier? We're going to find out here as they head out of turn number 2. They got to be careful. Obviously, our front row on the start. He's planning on washing him Wednesday. Reed went late last time. Will he change it up and go a little bit earlier? We are going to find out as they head into turn number 3 and 4. 7 laps to go when they take the green flag. Who's going to take the victory here tonight? Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway. No black flags. Good start for Reed. Down into 1 and 2. He's going to lead the way. Great start by Goffmanis. Will the cooler tires help the number 2? He's going to grab the wall in 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for 3 and 4. Reed going to create a little bit of separation down the back straightaway. Goffmanis goes to the high side. He's going to wind it up in that top lane as they come out of turn at number 4. Down the front straightaway. Down into 1 and 2. He's going to go back to the high side, winds it up once again. Cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Goffmanis trying to get the speed. Good run. Down the back straightaway. Goes back to the top side in 3 and 4. Look for him to make a move here in turn number 1 and 2 as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be 5 laps to go as they come across the line. 5 laps to go. He's going to hit the wall in 1 and 2, runs the cut down out of turn 2. Good run down the back straightaway. That cut down looking so good out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, looking for turn number 3 and 4. Can he get close enough to pull the slide here tonight as they come out of turn number 4? 4 more laps to go. He's running the cut down out of 4. Good run for Goffmanis as they head into 1 and 2. He's going to slide up the track, takes the lead in 1 and 2. Cut down by Reed. Out of turn number 2, we got a drag race down the back straightaway. Goffmanis to the point. Reed in second. Drag race into turn number 3. Goffmanis going to pinch him down as they head through 3 and 4. Are we going to have a new race leader with 3 laps to go as they drag race down the front straightaway? New race leader at the line is going to be Ryan Goffmanis into turn number 1 and 2. Oh, we got some toxic back in the back as they are making contact as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Reed is falling back. Rockefeller in the number 3 spot. Battle for 4th as they head through turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go at the line. Oh, Trey gets the inside wall. 2 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Trey up into that number 4 spot. Tyson Banks in 5th as they roll through turn number 1 and 2. LaFon is up 10 spots up to the number 8 position, and he is looking for more. Great run for LaFon as they head through 3 and 4. White flag is in the air. 1 lap to go for Ryan. Can Little G pull one out of the hat here tonight as he heads in 1 and 2? He's going to take the jump down on the bottom side through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. One last time. Ryan Goffmanis leads the way into turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Ryan going to take the win here tonight. Tyler Reed second. Aaron Rockefeller third. Trey in 4th. Tyson Banks in 5th. What a race here tonight. We're going to go through these results real quick. These guys will jump into the Discord, and we will interview them as we're moving over. It's going to be Ryan Goffmanis with the win. Tyler Reed second. Rockefeller in 3rd. Going to be Trey Pasik in that number 4 spot. Tyson Banks in 5th. Going to be Brian Hodge in 6th. Jordan LaFon in 7th. Going to be Joseph Matthews in that number 8 spot. Nick Story in 9th. Nick Brundage in 10th. Going to be Kuta in that number 11 spot. Tyler Hampton in 12th. Brock Stout in 13th. Blake Steele 14th. Schultz in 15th. Severance in 16th. Hickerson 17th. And Caleb Durgan in that number 18 spot. Ryan the Kid, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. All right, we are going to go ahead. I'm going to put up the screen here as I switch over, but I'm going to pull those guys in here in just 1 second. I'm going to start switching over to the super race as we do this because they are going to be in. They're going to be in qualifying, so we're going to go ahead and start switching over there, and I will pull our top 3 in for the big block modifieds. Oh, let's go jump over here. So we missed 1 heat anyway. I don't think we missed all. So a 66.77 SOF for the supers. Let's go ahead and pull those guys in. We'll see if Reed shows up. Rockefeller, third place. You're on a streak here, starting to get on fire a little bit in that number 18. Great run for you here tonight at USA.
I am. I appreciate it.
You gonna get a W for us here soon?
I'm hoping. It depends where we go. What's the couple weeks here? Maybe I don't know what the tracks are looking like. I would have to go look.
You know, consistently running and having a good group of people, I know that's got to make a big difference for you. Seeing a lot more of you in these top splits, a lot more of you running up front. What has been the big difference here lately?
Just a group of us working together, trying to dial in these sets. It's pushing us to be better each and every week, and hopefully, it's good to see. Obviously, this week and last week, something I put together for us to run, and somehow it comes up on top.
Well, great run here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I'd like to thank FTM, the boys, Throw Factory, Damien, Ryan G. We're all come together, work on these sets each and every week. Girlfriend, everybody else, thanks.
Appreciate you, buddy. Tyler Reed. Good to see you out there tonight. Oh, you're whispering. I got to turn you up. Oh, I got to turn you up. All right. Good run out there here tonight. You let a good part of this one, but Ryan, a little bit quick for you at the end there. Did everything you can, but man, that thing was still quick tonight.
Yeah, Ducharme still got her going on. I mean, sets from God knows when, still rocking. I haven't raced iRacing in probably feels like 4 months. Ran like a early to mid 2024 setup and made 2 adjustments just to make it pass. And we were still digging. Tires just went away on me at the end, and I was making rookie mistakes driving through the hole that I knew was there.
You had some pressure from behind. Ryan running that high side in turn number 1 and 2 really seemed to give him the run, and then started to work that cut down. Really hard to defend when the track gets a little versatile like that.
Yeah, and it's Ryan. I love Ryan. I'm not gonna cop his race up. I knew he was fast too, and I was trying to stick with my line so that way he could make a plan if he wanted to try to go around me. If he was faster, he was gonna get around me. I wasn't gonna try to chop the cut down off and screw him up. So, like I messaged him right after the race, it was good racing with him. I always enjoy racing with Ryan. It's always clean, and we're friends. So I'm not going to do that to somebody who's I'm cool with. If it was some random Joe Blow, yeah, I probably would have started blocking cut down. But if he was going to beat me, he was going to beat me fair and square, and he did.
Yeah, good race out there here tonight. Why don't you go ahead and give a shout out to friends, family, and sponsors?
Yeah, first off, Ducharme Speed. Sets are still ripping, even though we only get on for football Sunday and just random stuff here and there. 585 Speed Secrets, Super Speed Performance. Other than that, just I'm happy to be back just to try to mess around a little bit.
Yeah, it's good to see you out there. Good to see you get a good run, and hopefully we see you again soon.
Yes, sir.
Little G.
What up, James?
Ryan, what a run here tonight. You had a little help with those guys getting the black flag early on, but you definitely showed the speed here tonight. I'm editing my my ticker. Definitely had the speed here tonight. Chased down Tyler Reed. You had to be hoping for that last caution. That last caution letting you cool off those tires and giving you a little extra grip there had to be a big help with 7 laps to go.
Yeah, definitely. Me and Reed had a hell of a race there. That was a lot of fun. We both raced each other clean. I would get good runs, but have to check up because he was sticking to his line, which I don't blame him, because he made me work for it. That was a hell of a race between me and him. It's fun when you can get on, just like that and have a great race with someone. I miss racing with that guy. It's good to see him back, but yeah, although other than that, I think it was a really good race. I was really hoping for that last caution, and I got it. That was great for me because then Reed had to check up for the pace car, it looked like, and then I was like, oh crap! I entered on the top, cut down, and got a good run on him.
Yeah, I
Key
mean,
mistake.
how aware were you guys on the starts there after the leaders getting the black flag on the initial start?
Yeah, very aware. Just it made me think just to just run my race and just be calm and just don't make any mistakes and just keep her up front and hopefully be there at the end. And it worked out good. And just to keep a cool, calm, collected head and just kept going.
Well, great run here tonight. Always a pleasure. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, I gotta thank Aaron for the set. He this is 2 weeks in a row that he's been doing really good. I think Ebo's still on vacation. I don't know, but yeah, definitely gotta thank Aaron. Everyone over in Discord, everyone that's around me, IRL, Jack, JR Technologies, Matt's in Overhead Doors, Winners Performance. Then Reed for having a hell of a race with me. That was fun, and hope to see him next week as well.
Well, good run, guys. Appreciate it. I'm going to watch this super race at Eldora. It looks wild already in the LCQ.
Alrighty, see you, James.
All right, later, guys. Appreciate you.
See ya.
Later.
All right, we are going to get these guys out of here as that is going to be... Let me turn the car sounds back on. That is going to be our top three with the supers, or with the big blocks. We are here with the supers at Eldora. This is the LCQ. Riley Knoll is leading the way. We have 11 cars, only 4 transferring through. Hunter Rich is in second, Bryce Young in third, Cray Wheeler currently in that transfer spot, but he's got Flatten and Putin behind him as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Wheeler trying to hold on. Here comes Lumley to the outside into turn number 1 and 2. Flatten down on the bottom, I think. I don't even know anymore. They are so close together. No, there's Flatten in the bottom as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Battle for that transfer spot. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. The Flatten's going to slide up the track, cut down by Wheeler. Wheeler's going to take it back as they head down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Definitely starting to pick up a little bit as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Battling into turn number 1 and 2. Wheeler currently in that final transfer spot as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go at the line here in the LCQ. We're going to keep an eye on this battle. This is the battle on the track. Did somebody just straight line? I thought somebody was straight lining, but yeah. It's going to be Wheeler currently in that transfer spot. Does Flatten have anything for him? Flatten going to get the run down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. White flag is out. He's got one more corner to go. Oh, they both bang the wall out of 2. Here comes Flatten. Oh, Wheeler broke it. Flatten's going to take the final transfer spot out of turn number 4. It's going to be Knoll, Rich, Young, and Flatten going to the feature here tonight. What a race to the end.
What are you doing?
There's a lot of good names that just did not make that. Lumley didn't make it. Wheeler didn't make it. Braswell didn't make it. Putnam didn't make it. Wow. All right, let's get ready for tonight's main event here for the supers, and then we're going to go watch some 360s race at Oswego, and closing out the night at Lucas Oil in the UMP Modifieds. All right, guys, let's get ready for tonight's starting lineup here in the main event for the Super Late Model World Outlaw Super Late Models, starting on the pole. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 80 machine, it's going to be Dylan Wilson. Outside of him in the number 1 machine, it's going to be Joey Pasta Langron. Starting inside row number 2, everyone's favorite former pro driver, it's going to be Nathan Waddell. Outside of him in the 327, it's going to be Hayden Tolson. Starting inside row number 3, in the number 46 machine, it is going to be Matt Selby. Outside of him in the number 23, it's going to be Willie Cuddy. Starting inside, row number 4 in that number 1 machine, it is going to be Chase Copeland. Outside of him in the 23T, it's going to be Ethan Toder. Starting inside, row number 5 in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Connor New. Outside of him in the number 17, it's going to be Levi Fisher. Starting inside, row number 6 in the number 31 machine, it's going to be Robbie Buchanan. Outside of him in the number 45, it's going to be Sean Smith. Then rounding out the rest of the field here tonight, it is going to be... My bad. Wrong button. It is going to be Matthew Watts starting inside row number 7. Walker outside of him. Starting inside row number 8, it's going to be Riley Noel with Hunter Rich to his outside. Then rounding out the field here tonight, it is going to be Bryce Young and Ryan Flatton as we look for the green flag. Out of turn number 4, green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head down into turn number 1 and 2. It's going to be Dylan Wilson to the lead by. Here comes Lingron and Waddell into turn number 3 and 4. Waddell going to go all the way to the bottom as they come out of turn number 4. 3 wide for the lead. Wilson at the line as they head into 1 and 2. Waddell going to roll the bottom. A little bit of contact for Tolson and Lingron. Tolson going to lose ground as they come out of turn number 2. Battle for the lead. Waddell on the bottom, Wilson up high as they come out of turn number 4. Who's going to lead lap number 2? It's going to be Wilson at the line that time by. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Waddell going to think about getting in line, but has the run out of turn number 2. Keeps it up underneath. What's up, Demon? As they head through turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Waddell. Down low, Wilson going to lead that time by, but Waddell continuing to make that bottom side work. Looks like the bottom side starting to go away in turn number 1 and 2. It seems to be working in 3 and 4. Waddell going to commit to it as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. As Selby going to rip the top side of 1 and 2. Selby on the move in that number 46 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. They're 3 wide further back, but we're going to watch this battle for the lead as they come out of turn number 4 down into 1 and 2. Slide job by Selby, cut down by Waddell. A little bit of contact there. So Waddell had to get on the binders as they head into 3 and 4. Slows the slide up the track. Here comes Selby back low as they drag race into 1 and 2. Selby back with the slide. Selby slides up the track. Waddell with a big run out of turn number 2. Drag race down the back straightaway. They are racing behind him too as Toder is making his way up through the field, currently up to the number 4 spot. Slide job by Selby once again, cut down by Waddell. Back and forth for this number 2 spot as Dylan Wilson drives away as we got racing all over the track.
My bad, I didn't know it's 46.
I don't know why it just changed which view we were in. That sucks. Moving back up here to the front, back and forth still for Waddell and Selby. Waddell going to take it back. Here comes Toder. Down low, almost makes contact with Selby. Slides up the track, makes a little contact with New as they head into 1 and 2. New on the move in that number 10 machine. Selby going to cut down out of turn 2. Toder going to park it on the nose of Watts as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Watts tries to slide. It's not there as they come out of turn number 4. Scraping down the front straightaway wall into turn number 1 and 2. They're going to work the top. Selby looks so good through 1 and 2, trying to find his way around Waddell. He's going to ship it through turn number 3 and 4. Waddell comes back with the cut down as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Waddell has to roll the slide. Selby going to get the run out of turn number 2. Takes the momentum down the back straightaway. Almost gets into Waddell. Has to slide him in turn number 3 and 4. Up the track. Waddell back with the cut down. Here comes Connor New just behind him in that number 10. Will he try to split him? He's going to shove it in the middle of 3 and 4. Waddell going to slide. Selby, big run for Selby out of turn 2. Perfect run for Selby as he's got that spot into turn number 3 and 4 as Connor New makes contact with Nathan Waddell. They're going to be 3 wide out of turn number 4 for that number 3 spot. Here comes Toder. Toder going to go for the double slider. Slides up in front of Waddell. Gets cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. New's going to slide up almost into Selby. Selby in that number 2 spot. 3 wide for third again. 3 wide for third into turn. And wow, a triple slider for Toter out of turn number 2. Almost take it 4 wide down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. What a battle for second on back. Waddell back in it. Here comes Toter in the number 23 T. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Will he slide Selby? He does. Selby back with the cut down. Here comes Chase Copeland in the number 1. Where did he come from as they head through turn number 3 and 4? Toter back with the cut down out of 4. He's going to have the number 2 spot at the line that time by. Toter going to slide in 1 and 2, cut down by Selby. Selby gets in the back of him down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Looks like Toter's going to secure that number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway, single file now for second and third. And fourth as Waddell sits in that number 4 spot. Here comes Connor New in that number 10 machine. Good run out of turn number 2. He's going to be looking for Waddell. He's going to stay in line. Looks like everybody's going to stay in line for now as they come out of turn number 4. Here comes New. New going to try the bottom, try the middle in turn number 1 and 2. Tries to get the run up under Waddell. Gets loose out of 2. He's going to lose ground. Gets back in line. Here comes Selby back up underneath Toter into turn number 3 and 4. Toter going to keep the spot as we got a big checkup further back as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Copeland going to slide Hunter Rich. Rich back with the cut down. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Big check up there for Selby. Selby almost gets run over by Waddell. Waddell gets back in line as they head into 1 and 2. Great racing up here as they come out of turn number 2. I know, I haven't seen him in a while. He's definitely wheeling it here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. It's going to be 21 laps complete. So far, keeping it lean and green as they come out of turn number 2. Selby going to grab the wall. Big run. Connor New's going to absolutely demolish the field down the back straightaway. Caution flag comes out.
Good draw, though.
Let's go see what happened exactly
I was
there.
trying to get you, Hunter. That's on me. I was going to slide up to the corner, and I didn't realize you guys were wrecking.
So really, you know, I was giving Connor some
I have an important question.
shit there. But it looks so Selby's going to grab the wall. Waddell's going to get into him, and Connor's just kind of there. And yeah, that was a big wreck for two of the fastest cars on the track, Matt Selby and Nathan Waddell. It's probably going to be the end of their night. But some great racing going on up at the front. These guys are going to get some repairs done. We'll see if they make it back out on the track. But this has been the Dylan Wilson show up at the front of the track, front of the race.
Love you, Toter.
Toter's got some
What air mic
speed.
is he on? I'm on 10-14.
Doesn't surprise me.
All right, so caution flag for the first time here tonight, just before the halfway point. We got 21 laps complete. It is going to be 22 complete. We'll have
Kind of update that I'm.
28 to go when they take the green flag.
Could have at least looped me up first before you did that to me, Hunter.
All right, we are stacking them back up 2 by 2. We'll see if Waddell and Selby make it back out on the track. Looks like they are going to make it back out there. Copeland was down on pit road 2. Those guys pulling out on the track as we look for the green flag this time by. Who's it going to be here tonight? Just a friendly reminder, guys, we are live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Kick, and TikTok, all at MDiTV now as the green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Going to be Dylan Wilson leading the way. Toter not going to let him get away as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Battle for that number 3 spot. Here comes Connor New in the number 10 machine. Going to slide up to the door of Toter. Falls back in line out of turn number 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Lindgren down at the bottom. Hunter Rich going to... Hunter Rich absolutely parked it on Buchanan. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Buchanan somehow kept it alive. Loses a couple spots. Let's see if he can make his way back up towards the front. Here comes Lindgren. He's going to slide it into 1 and 2. Down on that bottom side in the number 1. Hunter Rich in the number 33. The 10 is going to be Connor New as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Sean Smith up in the mix in that number 45 as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. We got a battle for the lead as Toter is up underneath Wilson out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Battle for the lead as they come out of turn number 4. Wilson leads the way. Toter in second. Gonna roll the middle in turn number 1 and 2. Putting the pressure on that number 80 as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Wilson gonna grab the wall a little bit. That allowed Toter to close the gap. Almost makes contact. Toter had to back out of it as they head into 1 and 2. Down out of turn number 2. Toter looks so good down the back straightaway into turn number 3. He's going to stay in line for now. Toter waiting for his move here tonight as they come across the line. 22 laps to go. Definitely a little bit crazy back here as Hunter Rich now has taken the number 3 spot. Connor New has fallen all the way back. I don't know if there was contact there, but he's got a ton of damage on that number 10 machine. Oh, Toter and Wilson make contact. Toter looking for the lead into 1 and 2. Slides up the track. Here comes Wilson back down low.
Take it back. It's fine.
Wilson going to come by. He's going to slide up in front of Toter. Toter made contact, told him to take it back as they come out of turn number 4. Toter going to get back in line. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Wilson continues to lead out of turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Toter going to try to find his way around in that 23T. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Just realized the chat was going over. You guys heard that as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. It is going to be Dylan Wilson leading the way. Ethan Toter in second. Hunter Rich in third. Sean Smith working his way up to 4th. How about Hunter Rich, though? He's up 13 spots into the number 3 position. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Going to come across the line. 17 laps to go. Toter putting the pressure on Dylan Wilson. Looks low into turn number 1 and 2. We're going to jump in the cockpit of that number 23 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. You can see how methodical he's got to be. He's going to shove it up underneath. They're going to make a little contact, maybe out of turn 2. Toter has the speed, but has to find the way around. Putting big pressure. Wilson going to over-rotate a little bit out of turn 4 there. That's going to give Toter a spot. Toter's going to get up underneath, side by side for the lead out of turn number 2. Toter not able to take advantage as he gets back in line. Wilson continues to lead the way into turn number 3 and 4. Wilson going to grab the wall. Toter going to look up underneath out of turn 4. Can't quite get there. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Wilson going to come down off the wall this time through 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 13 to go when they hit the line. Wilson grabs the wall a lot in 3 and 4 there. Puts Toter all over the back of him into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, continuing nose to tail for the top 2. Can the 23T find a way around the 80 as they come out of turn number 4? Up underneath. Here comes Toter into turn number 1 and 2. He's going to slide him up the track. Toter to the lead. Here comes Wilson back down low. Wilson going to get back down low. Takes the lead back into turn number 3, but here comes Toter. Toter's going to slide him into turn number 3 and 4. Wilson back with the cut down to the line. It's going to be Toter at the line that time by. Down into 1 and 2. Wilson going to slide up the track. Toter going to get back up underneath. Side by side, door to door, heading into 3 and 4. Lap traffic up ahead. Selby in the number 46. He was a contender earlier. Now he's about to go a lap down as they come out of turn number 4. Wilson at the line that time by. Wilson going to slide up the track with 10 laps to go. Here comes Toter back up underneath as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Slides into 3 and 4. Oh, Toter makes contact with the lap car. 3 wide as they come out of 4 with the lap car. Toter back down to the bottom. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn 2, down the back straightaway. Toter's got to go back to work. Loses a ton of ground as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 8 laps to go. And they come across the line this time by. Heading into turn number 1 and 2. Can Toter find his way around the 80 as they come down the back straightaway? Great racing up here at the front as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. 7 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Dylan Wilson leading the way, has led just about every lap here tonight. His only real competition out of the 23T of Ethan Toter has now lost ground on him as they come across the line with 6 laps to go. More lap traffic up ahead as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Will it become a factor as they close in on 5 laps to go when they come to the line this time by? Looks like Levi's going to go to the bottom and get out of the way of the leaders as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Wilson continues to lead. I'll tell you what, Sean Smith is closing, and Tolson closing the gap on this battle. If we got a caution right now, this could get really interesting as they come across the line. 4 laps to go. 4 laps to go. Wilson hoping it stays green. Austin, thank you for the follow. As they come down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 3 laps to go. Nathan Waddell next in line in that number 5 machine as they come down the back straightaway. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. 2 laps to go. Sean Smith has caught the back of Toter as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Can Toter hold on to second? He was battling for the win, but now he's got to protect the number 2 spot as they head through turn number 3 and 4. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. We got a battle as they come down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Waddell going to move down to the bottom side as they come out of turn number 2. Toter going to get a great run out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side for the lead. Will there be contact? Wilson on the outside. He's going to take the win here tonight. Toter second. Smith third. Tolson fourth. And Will Cuddy in that number 5 spot. What a race here tonight at Eldora. What a freaking race, guys. It is going to be Dylan Wilson with the win here tonight. Ethan Toter in second. Sean Smith in third. Hayden Tolson going to be in that number 4 spot. Willie Cuddy in 5th. Good run for him. Bubba Walker in that number 6 spot. Chase Copeland in 7th. Robbie Buchanan in 8th. Going to be Bryce Young in that number 9 spot. Brian Flatten in 10th. Nathan Waddell in 11th. Going to be Levi Fisher in the number 12 spot. Matt Selby in 13th. Hunter Rich in 14th. Lingron going to be in that number 15 spot. Connor New in 16th. Riley Knowles 17th. And Matthew Watts in that number 18 position. What a freaking race there. I don't know if any of these guys will show up in Discord, but if they do, definitely would love to talk to them. Great race with Dylan Wilson and Ethan Toter. What a run at the end there. We'll see if they show up, and we will get ready for the 360s at Oswego. That race session won't be up for 4 more minutes. So we got a little bit of time to kill. Let's see. So Wilson did get the quick time with a 14.926 in the feature there. He led almost every lap. He led a lot of laps. He led 46 laps of tonight's race. Let's see. Anybody in Discord? Nobody's in Discord. Oh, let's see. All right, I don't see anybody out there. We got to kill a few more minutes as we get ready for the 360s at Oswego. Should be a good one here tonight. Hopefully we get a decent field of cars. How have you guys liked the 360 sprint cars? Oswego definitely a closer drive for me than the rest of these tracks. Super Dirt Week was this week. Great Super Dirt Week. Looks like they got 12 cars right now for the 360. So if you were looking to make one of my races, this might be the one to do. Let's see, who do we got in here? JD Brown is signed up. Luke Bowman is signed up. Nick Larry is signed up. Oh, who else? Jane, I don't know who that is. Don't know who that is. All right, so Right now, 13 drivers signed up for the 360s coming up next. If you got Mo James, thank you for the follow. If you guys are looking to get in one of these races, this one is going to be relatively soft. Should be pretty easy to get into this. It is the Open Set 360s official race. If you guys are looking to race, looks like we are up to 14 now. Got about 1 more minute before it goes into the race session here at Oswego. Looks like they only had 16 drivers for the last race, for the opener. So I guess not very popular track for the 360 modified. I got to imagine that Oswego would be an absolute riot for sprint cars IRL. All right, we are going to go ahead and switch over to the screen as I get ready to jump into that race. Go ahead and throw on a little bit of music as we get over there. It'll take a couple minutes for that session to open up for me. So
Feel the thunder roll, the clay's flying, engines roaring full. Side by side, leaning into the
let's see. Is it there yet? It is not going to be there yet.
kicking up dust, ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Bitter steel, we're
All right, guys. You guys ready for some 360 sprint car action here tonight? Let me know in the chat.
for the dirt, ain't looking back.
Let me know.
Putting the gears, fuel in the veins, working all week just to feel this strain.
Should only be one split, unless we got a bunch of drivers jumping in last minute.
Kicking up dust, ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Bitter steel, we're tough as nails, one lap closer. Breaking trails from green to checkered, all out attack. We're born for the dirt, ain't looking back.
Got one split here tonight. Let's go ahead and jump in there.
Family bound by grease and grit, building dreams from the crowd. There's no quit. We live for the thrill. Speed's our desire when we hit the track. We're playing with fire. We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us. Bitter steel, we're
All right, guys. 360 sprint cars at Oswego. Looks like we got a 13-car field. Going to be a relatively light field. Then we're going to go to UMP Modifieds at Lucas Oil.
This is our anthem, this is our creed. Dirt track living is all we need. Giving it all, no room for slack. Down in the mud and we're never looking back.
All right, let's see. It looks like...
We're burning up dirt, kicking up dust. Ain't nothing like racing with the
Let's see who else. This could be scary. We are from a 7646 I rating all the way down to an 880 I rating. This is going to be pretty wild. We'll see how this goes as we jump in to the sprint cars. Remember, Wednesday night we are going to be doing I-55 for the ARCA Dirt Series. Should be a wild one, guys. You don't want to miss that. If you want to enter, it is the first 24 cars to jump into the session, get the race that night. We are going back to the original. There was too many cars last week, so we are jumping back to our normal setup. First 24 get to race. 16 into the feature. Guys, make sure you guys come out for that one. That should be pretty wild. As we are now here at Oswego, as these guys put down the last about 2 minutes and 30 seconds left here in practice. JD Brown at the top of the charts, Nick Laurie in his second, Michael Smith in third, Brayton Dewell in fourth, and Derek Patetti in that number 5 spot. If you go about 15 minutes past that grandstand right now, you get to my house as we get ready for tonight's 360s here at Oswego. All right, about a minute and 45 seconds left. These guys putting in some laps. We're going to go ahead and put this on. Exciting. Let's see who it thinks it's as exciting. And I'm going to take off my hoodie because I am sweating. Oh boy. I don't know why I'm so warm all of a sudden.
This is our anthem, this is our creed. Dirt track living is all we need. Giving it all, no room for slack. Down in the mud and we're never looking back.
All right, got the hoodie off.
Kicking up dust, ain't nothing like racing with the rest of us.
Got the hoodie off. We're going to get ready for tonight's racing here in about 45 seconds for qualifying. Everybody's going to make the feature. We're going to have 2 heat races and a 30-lap main event here tonight. All right, we don't need to listen to that a third time. All right, let's see who is out on the track right now. Michael Smith out on the track, currently 3rd quick in that number 7 machine. As he is going to park it down in the infield. JD Brown still out there ripping that number 14, getting every lap he can get in. As we get ready for qualifying, let's go ahead and put it up the best time. I got to imagine that JD is going to be pretty hard to beat tonight. JD Brown going to jump out on the track. Looks like Nick Lowry and Anthony all out on the track right now. JD Brown going to start lap number 1 here as he heads into turn number 1 and 2. What kind of pace is he going to set for these guys as he looks real good on his first lap here tonight? Now on to the bottom of turn number 3 and 4. He's going to come across the line with a 14.986, I believe it says. You guys can see it better than I can. All right, let's see if he can pick the pace up here on lap number 2. He does not, as he is going to set the quick time here tonight. We'll see if anybody else is able to do it. Nick Lowry in that number 2 spot. Michael Smith in 3rd. That's how it looked in practice. Let's see if James Rooney can put down a lap in the number 27. Let's see where Rooney can put that number 27 machine, currently 8th on the board with a 15.8. It's a 15.6, sorry. Let's see if he was able to pick up the pace any on lap number 2. He was, but not enough. He's going to stay in 8th. Luke Bowman going to come out on the track in the number 3 machine. He's looking to see if he can put himself up in that top 3. I think JD Brown might be a little tough to beat here tonight. He's a 10th and a half quicker than Nick Lowry right now. Let's see what Luke Bowman is able to do in the number 3. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. Let's see where he puts that number 3 here on lap number 1. He's going to go 3rd quick with a 15.121. Luke Bowman, 3rd quick on the board. We got Derek, Kyle, and Christopher have not put down a lap. We'll see if they decide to. We're probably not going to, with only 15 seconds left here in practice. We're going to get into in qualifying. We're going to get into heat race number 1. Only 13 cars here tonight. Everybody's going to make the feature. Let's get ready for tonight's heat race number 1. Our quick time is going to be JD Brown with a 14.986, quite a bit faster than the rest of the field. We'll see if anybody finds any speed here as the track slickens out. Our starting lineup here for heat race number 1. It is going to be the number 14 of JD Brown. Starting outside of him in that number 3 machine, it's going to be Luke Bowman. Starting inside row number 2, I don't know what his number is. It is going to be Zach Folker. Outside of him in the number 6 machine, it's going to be Brayton Dewell. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 27 machine, it is going to be James Rooney. Outside of him, it is going to be the 41 of Derek Patetti. I think that's how I say it. And then if he does show up, it is going to be Christopher Shea rounding out the field. And it does not look like he is here. Looks like we're going to just roll off with 6 cars here in heat race number 1. All right, guys, we got 6 cars here. Everybody's going to go to the feature. This will be for position. Does anybody have anything for JD Brown? That's going to be the question here tonight. JD Brown is going to be tough to beat. As they head into turn number 3 and 4, they're going to get that one to go at the line this time by 30 laps here tonight at Oswego. Oh, we're going to have some time to kill between this and the UMP race. All right, stack them up 2 by 2 out of turn number 2. Looking to turn that wick up out of turn number 3 and 4. Who's it going to be here tonight in heat race number 1 as they head 2 by 2? JD Brown and Luke Bowman on that front row. When will JD fire him off? He is waiting. He is waiting. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the back straightaway. Going to be JD Brown leading the way into turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. He's going to pull out 0.6 of a second already. Looks like the battle is going to be further on back as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Bowman going to try to hold on to that number 2 spot, hoping to start in second and third in the main event. Doesn't want to lose any ground here tonight as they come out of turn number 4. That might be a good spot for him. Getting to start behind JD Brown. Could be able to jump up into that number 2 spot pretty quickly here when we go green in the feature here tonight. So I look for him to try and just maintain where he's at as they head through turn number 3 and 4. JD Brown out 1 second over the field as we are 3 laps into this one. 3 laps into this one. It looks like Rooney made his way around Brayton Dewell as Dewell sits back in that number 6 position. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Going to be Zach Fuller in that number 3 spot. Derek in 4. Derek has some company as Rooney is trying to close the gap as they come down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. It is going to be 3 laps complete here in heat race number 1. This track, I don't know if it's going to get slick, but this track definitely gets a lot of fun when it starts to slicken out as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 2 laps to go. Rooney going to move up to the top side, trying to find a little speed to catch that number 41. If you're off the pace a little bit, this is a good opportunity to test a couple things here in the heat race with these fields being so small, knowing everybody's going to make it here tonight. Looks like it is starting to work for Rooney as he is closing in on that number 41. White flag is out. 1 lap to go. We got a battle for 4th as they head into 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag is in the air. Give the win to J.D. Brown. Luke Bowman second. It's going to be Zach Folker in third. Derek in fourth. Rooney in fifth. And Brayton in that number 6 spot. All right, it is time for heat race number 2. As they pull out on the track. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 43 machine, it's going to be Nick Lowry. Outside of him, it's going to be the number 7 of Michael Smith. Look for Smith to be quick here tonight. We might have a battle for the lead in heat race number 2. It's going to be Anthony Catalino in that number 3 spot. James McMichael in 4th. Starting inside row number 3, it is going to be Nicole Gebhardt. Outside of Nicole, it's going to be Kyle Jackson. Going to be 8 laps here tonight in heat race number 2. We'll see if everybody grids up. Should be a good one here up at the front, and it looks like Nicole does not. So are we only going to end up with 11 cars in tonight's feature? All right, so they are going to get the one to go at the line. Nick going to lead them to the green flag here tonight in heat race number 2. 8 laps, no consi. I think we need a consi in this one, but we're not going to get one just to help the track a little bit. As they come down the front straightaway, they are going to get that one to go. One to go as they head into 1 and 2. Lowry gonna lead the way. Smith on the outside. Who's gonna take heat race number 2? Let me know out in the chat. Who do you think it's gonna be? Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Nick's gonna get on the gas out of turn number 4. Slides up the track. Good start by Anthony down on the bottom side in the number 8 as he slides through 1 and 2. He's going to take the number 2 spot. A big run for Michael Smith down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Smith going to fall back to the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Smith had some speed in practice here tonight. Kind of surprised he's struggling a bit here in heat race number 2 as they come down the back straightaway. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Michael Smith going to go to work on Catalino as they contact out of turn 4. Michael Smith going to go down into the infield. He still makes the feature here tonight, but unfortunate for that number 7 machine. Big save out of Anthony as James McMichael going to take advantage in that number. What number is he? Number 11 machine as they head into turn number 1 and 2. So James McMichael up to second as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway looking for turn number 3 and 4. Nick Lowry pulls away. Big lead for him as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. It is going to be 4 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. McMichael pulling away as Anthony falls back. I wonder if there's some damage on that number 8 after that contact. Let's go back and take a look. It is pretty quiet right now. We're going to go back and take a look and see what happened here. Oh. Anthony was coming down. Michael was sliding up. They just met in the middle. That is unfortunate. Big hit for both those drivers as they come across the line. 2 laps to go. 2 laps to go as Nick continues to lead the way down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to get that white flag this time by 1 lap to go for the 43. Down through 1 and 2. One last time. Down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. He's going to win this one by over 3 seconds as he comes out of turn number 4. Give the win in heat race number 2 to Nick Lowry. James McMichael second. Anthony Catalano in third. Kyle Jackson fourth. And Michael Smith in that number 5 spot. All right, we are going to get ready for tonight's main event.
Feel the thunder roll, the clay's flying, engines roaring full. Side by side, leaning into the
Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 14 BRS machine, it's going to be JD Brown. Starting outside of him in the number 43 machine, it's going to be Nick Laurie. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 3 machine, it is going to be Luke Bowman. Outside of him in the number 11 machine, it's going to be James McMichael. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 12 machine, it is going to be Zach Fulker. Outside of him in the number 8 machine, it's going to be Anthony Catalano. Starting inside row number 4 in that number 41 machine, it's going to be Derek Patetti. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Kyle Jackson. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight in the number 27 machine, it's going to be James Rooney. Outside of him in the number 7, it's going to be Michael Smith. Then rounding out the field here tonight, last but not least, in the number 6 machine, it's going to be Brayton Dewell. Going to be 30 laps here tonight, 11 cars as they come out of turn number 4. They are going to get that one to go this time by. I think it's pretty hard not to pick JD Brown, but we don't know what's going to happen. Definitely a wide range of skill levels here. Anything could happen as they come out of turn number 2. They're going to get that green flag this time by. Down into turn number 3 and 4, JD Brown and Nick Laurie as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag. Pace truck down on pit road. Who's it going to be? 30 laps here tonight in the 360s. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into 1 and 2. Big jump by JD Brown. Laurie going to break free as battle's going to be for third on back. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Bowman. Oh, we got issues in the back. Caution flag comes out. All right, let's go take a look and see what happened to the... Oh, he just gets loose. Gets loose and into the inside wall. Oh, that is unfortunate for the number 12 machine. And I think... Who was it that got into him? It's the number 41. Is that Derek? Yeah, that is Derek. Is going to get into him. Oh, that is unfortunate. Big damage on... Oh, no, the 9 got killed. Kyle Jackson got killed there. Jackson's going to go for a ride here in that number 9 machine. Just a victim. Nowhere for him to go. He's up on the top side, minding his business. Boom! Big hit. Oh, tumbling down the back straightaway. Big hit for that number 9 machine. Wow, what a wreck. What a wreck out of that number 9 machine. That's probably going to be the end of his night. Looks like the 14 down on pit road missing that front wing. Kyle had to take the tow. He's missing the top wing. Probably more. Zach is out of the race. And JD Brown continues to lead down to 8 cars as it stands right now, unless those guys make it back out. We'll see if they're able to get the wing back on. They are not able to get the wing back on that number 14, so he's going to go no nose wing as they look for the green flag. That is going to be tough for him as they head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for that green flag this time by. As they come out of turn number 4, green flag is out. JD going to get on the gas down the front straightaway. Luke Laurie in that number 2 spot. He's going to just try to stay with that number 14 for now as they come out of turn number 2. Bowman going to break free from McMichael as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, JD Brown continues to lead in that number 14. We're watching behind him into turn number 1 and 2. Bowman trying to close the gap as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. Laurie running a little bit of a slider there. We'll see if that is able to help him later on or not. Right now, he has lost 0.3 of a second. Last lap on JD Brown as they head into turn number 3 and 4. I got a feeling the battle's going to be for second on back here tonight unless Laurie can find some speed somewhere as they head into turn number 1 and 2. 4 laps complete. 4 laps complete as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Going to be JD Brown continuing to lead. Laurie trying to find some speed, trying to pull away from Bowman. Let's move back a little bit. Maybe got a little bit of a battle back here in the back of the pack. McMichael has some pressure as Rooney has finally found some speed. Rooney up 4 spots up into the number 5 spot. He's looking for 4th as he heads through turn number 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway. He definitely found a little something. He was struggling earlier. Definitely a lot more speed out of that number 27 as they come out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Rooney looking up underneath McMichael, can't make the move, has to get back in line as they head into 1 and 2. He's trying to find something a little bit different. Doesn't want to just follow him. You can't pass him if you're just following the same lane as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, Laurie into the wall in that number 43. He's going to get passed by Bowman as Bowman takes second. So Laurie trying to give it a little bit more, trying to catch JD Brown, gets the outside wall. Down the front straightaway. He's going to fall back to the number 3 spot. I don't know how much damage there is, but could he lose more as McMichael and Rooney close the gap through 1 and 2? Big bobble out of Laurie. Out of turn number 2. Here comes Rooney. Rooney trying to take advantage of a bobble from McMichael. Takes the number 4 spot out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway looking for 1 and 2. They're going to be nose to tail as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Laurie going to have a bobble. Here comes Rooney in the 27. He's going to get up underneath it, turn number 3 and 4. Not able to throw the slider. Laurie's going to have the run on the outside. Down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Slide job by Rooney. Rooney up the track. Laurie trying to run the cut down. Too much movement in that car. Not able to complete the cut down as they head into 3 and 4. Move Rooney up to the number 3 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway. McMichael trying to find his way now around the number 43 as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Laurie continues to struggle with the handling of that number 43 as they head through turn number 3 and 4. Oh, we got contact further back. Big wreck out of turn number 4. Caution flag comes out. All right, let's go take a look and see what. Oh, he just over-rotated and Michael Smith nowhere to go. Hard into that outside wall. Hard hit for Michael Smith. Watch this hit out of the 7. Big hit down the front straightaway. Watch this hit into the outside wall. Boom. Big hit there. Second caution flag of the night out of turn number 4. Michael Smith with some serious damage on that number 7 machine. We'll see if he makes it back out. As JD Brown continues to lead. Not really what he wants. He just kind of wants these laps to click down, and caution laps are not helping that number 14. Anything could happen on a restart. I think he's got it looking pretty good. All right, we are going to restack them back up. I think we are going 1 to go this time by as they head into turn at number 1 and 2. JD Brown leads the way. We're going to see if Michael Smith is able to make it back out on the track. He is still on pit road. That is not looking good for the number 7 machine. Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it. He is still on pit road. No meatball, but he is not coming out as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Looking for that green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they head into turn number 1 and 2. JD Brown gets a good jump. Battle's going to be for second. Rooney has found some speed. Can he find his way up into second? Closes the gap on Bowman into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be halfway through when they come across the line this time by halfway through. 15 laps to go as they head into 1 and 2. Here comes Rooney. Rooney to the bottom. Bowman up high as they come out of turn number 2. Rooney not able to take advantage as they come into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Oh, we got one sideways. McMichael hard into the inside wall. No caution flag. No caution flag for McMichael as he has issues. We're going to go back up as Rooney has taken the number 2 spot as they come out of turn number 4. Move James Rooney up to second. So Rooney making his way up to second. Laurie still struggling with that number 43, currently in the number 4 spot. DeWell trying to close the gap as they head through turn number 3 and 4. You made an oopsie. What did you do, Demon? What did you do? McMichael made a whoopsie as he is about to go a lap down as the leader is just behind him. This is what JD Brown probably does not want. He doesn't really know what to expect out of that number 11 as they come out of turn at number 4 down the front straightaway. JD Brown leads the way with 10 laps to go. Now you got a 2-second lead. How hard do you push the lap car? Do you try to make your way around him, or do you just kind of ride behind? Well, you're going to make your way around him if you're going to catch up to him like that. As they come out of turn number 4, here comes JD Brown trying to put James McMichael a lap down as they head through 1 and 2. JD's just hoping the 11 stays consistent as they come down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4. JD Brown on the bottom. McMichael up high as they come. McMichael sideways as they come down the front straightaway. Going to be 8 laps to go. 8 laps to go. Putting a lap car of James McMichael 1 lap down. James Rooney in that number 2 spot. Bowman in 3rd. Laurie in 4th. Oh, we got a slow car. The 8 is slow down on the bottom. His wing is not happy. He's going to go a lap down too. He did have damage on that front wing. He said he didn't know how bad it was going to be. Obviously, that thing is not happy with the damage on the nose wing of that number 8 as they come out of turn number 4. Looks like Laurie has found some speed again in that number 43. Finally got the handling as he closes the gap. Oh, he grabs the wall in 1 and 2. He was closing the gap on Bowman for that number 3 spot, got the wall, lost some ground as they come out of turn number 4. He is gaining back on Bowman as they head into 1 and 2. Laurie trying to gain big in that number 43 as they come out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. He is there as they head into turn number 3 and 4. They're going to get 4 laps to go this time by. 4 laps to go as Rooney tries to make his way around the lap car. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Battle for the number 3 spot has definitely picked up the pace. Laurie with the run on the outside. Bowman's going to go to the bottom as Rooney can't. Oh, he parks it on Laurie. Laurie into the back of him, into the wall, able to hold on to it. Oh, big contact there as we move back up to the front. Going to be 2 laps to go for our leader. 2 laps to go as Brown comes across the line down into 1 and 2. Rooney in that number 2 spot. Finally made it around the lap car. Bowman in 3rd. Laurie in 4th. Made big contact with Bowman. I don't know how he's still driving the thing. Big contact with the outside wall too, but still able to keep it straight as JD Brown gets the white flag. 1 lap to go. Down into turn number 3 and 4. One last time. Lap car up ahead. That is the 41 as they come out of turn number 4. It is going to be J.D. Brown with the win here tonight. Rooney's going to bring it home in second. Bowman in fourth. Laurie going to bring it home. Bowman in third. Laurie in fourth. Dewell in fifth. Patetti in sixth. McMichael in seventh. Anthony in eighth. Michael Smith ninth. I might as well just pull up the results, huh? All right, so it's just going to be J.D. Brown with the win here tonight. Rooney in second. Bowman in third. Going to be Laurie in that number 4 spot. Dewell in fifth. Derek in sixth. Going to be J.D. McMichael in that number 7 spot. Anthony I got to look at it over here. Catalino in 8th. Michael Smith in 9th. Going to be Folker in that number 10 spot. And the rest of the field did not grid up. All right, so we are going to get ready for some UMP action. We're going to go ahead and jump into a practice session. We got about 10 minutes to kill. So let me go ahead and swap this over. And, you know, it's going. Hopefully the UMPs. Why don't you go run the UMPs at Lucas Oil? Moody. Help me out here. I don't know how many people are going to be. Lucas Oil is a good track, so I can't imagine it's going to be a dead race. But we're going to go find out. I hate that they run them every hour. Really kills the car counts. Only 5 people for the UMPs. If it doesn't pick up, we might not be broadcasting the UMPs. I'm not going to broadcast a 5-car race. Remington's in the UMP. You're already off the computer. Figures. I know you do. Lucas is a good track, though. Lucas is a good track. All right, we're going to jump in to the practice. We'll see if any more people. If it's only 5 people, it's not even going to go official. I'm certainly not going to broadcast a 5-person race. I'm sorry, Remington. But there is still plenty of time for people to join. So we still got about 8.5 minutes. No, it is a good track. Lucas, it's probably the perfect track for the UMPs, honestly. Uh-oh, what's your bad oopsie? Did you send me a DM to show me your oopsie? You did send me a DM. Oh, yeah, you definitely broke it. You need all 4 tires, Demon. You need all 4 tires. This might be my last one. We might not be doing the UMPs, guys, unless that field bumps up quite a bit. But we will jump on the practice 4 now. Try a UMP opener. I might need to try something different for my broadcast. Oh my God. Travis. Rip. So Remington James is at the top of the charts here in practice. Let's take a look. Remington doesn't normally make it on Monday nights. Still only 5 cars registered with about 7 minutes left. So we'll see what happens here. We'll give it a couple more minutes. You have good UMP sets. Yeah. We got to get Kenny. We got to get Kenny on somewhere where he can get some UMP sets because he wants to run the UMP openers or UMP races, the open sets. but he doesn't have any sets. That would help my broadcast because you know he would jump in. Still only 5 cars here for the UMPs. 6 minutes left. Like I said, if it does not get up, I mean, you got to have at least 10 cars. Got to have at least 10 cars. 6 to make it official. It's not even an official race right now. Oh, Remington's out on the track. Let's go give him some TV time. There you go, Remington. Yeah. I'd like to see Kenny back out here. He keeps thumbs downing everything I post because the ARCA cars are on Wednesday now. Where are the UMPs next week? Let's see. Schedule. Next week they're at Williams Grove, then Houston, then Lernerville. Oh, yeah, free seat. Okay. That's always a good one to go with. Hey, we got 10 drivers now for the UMPs. All right, so people are starting to sign up for the UMP Modifieds. Looks like Blake Hen has joined. All right, it is starting to pick up a little bit for the UMP Modifieds. 12 cars. All right, we are looking good now for UMPs. I got really nervous. 4.5 minutes left. Harper has joined. All right, Harper has joined. So it should be a decent race now. Starting to get some drivers in there. 13 cars. You're going to do UMPs next week? Yeah. I do. I think this is the third split. So I brought... Oh, my God. Death. He killed him. Remington killed him. I think he was trying to show you what he's going to do to you on Wednesday, Landon. Hold on, let's go look at Remington's crash. I think this is what he plans on doing to you. Yeah, boom. I think that's his plan for you. Is that your plan? Yeah, there you go. I had a feeling you were out there. 14 drivers. All right, we are starting to pick up with the car count. Gee, yeah, right. Let's go racing. We got about... I got to switch to the other server once we go in, the race server, but we got about 3 minutes left before we get into the race server. No thanks, Remington. Tell him what you're going to do to him on Wednesday, Remington. Tell him what you're going to do to him. Oh, Remington's back out on the track. He can't tell you. Oh, he's going to pull over just to tell you. Oh, no, he's going to show us. He's going to... Oh, God. Is that pole Moody? Oh, my God. All right, we're going to back that up. We're going to watch that in slow-mo. All right, let's watch this in slow-mo. That was a Lego sound effect. Oh, that's funny. All right, so Remington going to pull back out on the track. Oops. I still got it in slow-mo. I don't have a Lego sound effect. All right, how many are we up to now? We are up to 17 cars. So, somebody will be going home. We'll have an LCQ. That pole is landing Moody up. That's insane, Demon. That is insane. Oh, we got 19 drivers registered. I was going to jump in that server, but I have so many. Hold on, I got a little bit of an... Wow, they're changing that. All right, so we got 21 cars registered. How many go in a server? Let's see. Is it? Oh, it's gonna split. It's gonna freaking split. Somebody leave. Somebody leave. I don't want it to split. I want... Oh, more people are gonna join. All right, we got 22 cars registered for tonight's race. That means there's gonna be 11 in each split as it stands right now. We got, yeah, that's what it's going to be because it just went official. It just went official. It is going to be two 11-car splits. We're going to be watching that top split once it is available. Let's see. Did we get anybody big? Ah, it's not showing me. Oh my God. Remington just wrecked it big time. All right, so they are getting into the official. I am going to wait for that to be available, and we will jump over there as soon as it is. All right, there it is. There it is. All right, so I am going to go ahead and pull this up. We're going to go ahead and get rid of this. And we are going to go jump into this top split official. Last race of the night, UMP Modifieds. Everybody's going to make it. Everybody's going to make it. So 4316 SOF. Looks like we got Harper, Blake Henn, Donnie Watts, Ethan Irons. That's a name I haven't seen in a while. Did Remington not? You got second split? How the hell did you get second split, Remington? What is your I rating, Remington? You're less than a 2,900? That surprises me. That surprises me. He got loft major. Man, I can't believe that your second split. 2,800. Oh. That sucks. I'm sorry, Remington. I thought you were going to make it for sure tonight. We'll have to work on getting that I rating up. All right, guys, go win that one. Get a better I rating. Go win it. All right, Blake Henn going to go to the top of the charts here. Alex Harper second. T. Clem is out here in third. So it's going to be 11 cars, 2 heat races, 1 feature. It's going to be a total of 46 laps here tonight between the heat races and the consi. as we get ready for the final race here of the night. T-Clem gonna go quick time with a 90s, with that number 97. So T-Clem looking pretty quick out here. All right, so got about a minute and a half here in practice. Then going to get into qualifying here tonight. T-Clem currently at the top of the charts. Blake Henn second, Harper in third, Donnie Watts in fourth, and Josh Dreyer in that number 5 spot. Donnie Watts, I knew he was going to show up. Good to see him out there. Good to see him still running, because we all know I don't run anymore hardly, so at least he finds the time to do it in between his streaming. Yeah. I just sent a message to a certain someone, and they are looking, and I want to see what their response is. All right, so about 30 seconds left here or so in qualifying, as we are going to close in and get ready for tonight's racing. You know, they made it so we couldn't change tires or get gas anymore on dirt. They screwed that up. They screwed us out of that. Richie Yost finally getting out on the track in the number 29. He should be fast. He's pretty good in these UMP Modifieds. He's going to go third quick. That's a pretty good lap, considering this track is a lot more worn in than it was. So gets a lap in as we are getting into qualifying. Let me go ahead and put up that best time, and we will jump out there. And get ready for tonight's qualifying as Blake Henn is out on the track. So Blake Henn in the number 69 out on the track, putting in his qualifying run here tonight. T-Clem out there. Ethan Irons out there. See where Blake Henn's going to put that number 69. Well, he'll probably be on the pole to start with, as he's going to come across the line first with a 15.473. T-Clem coming around out of turn number 2. Did not like his first lap, so he's going to come out and try again. Martinez going to be a 16.7. Let's see what T-Clem is able to do in that number 97 machine as he comes out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway, Harper's going to go second quick. Ethan Irons third quick. Let's see. Wow, they tied, didn't they? Almost. As T-Clem going to be fourth quick. So T-Clem not getting the lap he wanted. I think it might have counted a lap. Maybe this is his money lap. I don't know. Yeah, that one didn't count. All right, so Donnie Watts, seventh quick. Richie Yost out on the track right now in the number 29 machine. Let's see where Richie Yost is able to put that number 29. Oh, I'm getting challenged. I'm getting challenged. All right, here comes Yost out of turn number 4. Let's see where he puts that number 29. He is going to be quick time with a 15.397. Richie Yost to the top of the charts. I knew he was going to be quick after practice. So Richie Yost at the top of the charts. As we get done with qualifying early, because everybody put a lap down, and we are going to get ready for heat race number 1. All right. Was eating something, sorry. Starting on the pole here tonight in heat race number 1. It is going to be the number 29 of Richie Yost. Starting outside of him in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Trey Van Wyk, I think is how I say it. Starting inside row number 2 in that number 10 machine, it is going to be, oh, sorry, I don't know what. I'm assuming it's going to be the number 10 unless he's got a number on there. It's going to be Ethan Irons. Outside of him in the number 9 machine, it's going to be Darren Brunson. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 2 machine, it is going to be Josh Dyer. Outside of him in the number, what number is that? There's a post in my way. In the number 81, it's going to be Jason Martin. Oh, Irons is in the 26. What's up, Ethan, if you're out there in the chat? Go Tots. All right, we got them stacked up 2 by 2 out of turn number 2. It is going to be Richie Yost and Trey Van Wyk in that front row. Who's it going to be here in heat race number 1? Richie's got a hot rod here tonight. Richie definitely has a... Appreciate it. Appreciate you being out there. Appreciate you being out there, Exit 24OS. As they are side by side into turn number 1 and 2, looking for the green flag this time by. Hold on, let me go look at something real quick. Who me 4747473737 followed me a little while ago over there on Twitch. Appreciate that. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as Yost is going to have the lead down into turn number 1 and 2. Yost out front. Ethan Irons in second. Down on the bottom side. He's got to clear Trey. Trey's going to hold strong as here comes Dyer, down to the bottom. Dyer started on that back row. He is already up to third as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side. Irons on the high side. Dyer down low. Drag race out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. What's up, Donnie? As they are side by side out of turn number 4. Irons going to have to spot that time by. Looks like the top side just a little bit faster as Trey's going to go low on Dyer. Dyer's going to have to run out of turn number 2, but Trey with a fantastic run down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, trying to take it 3 wide as they come out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Trey getting that bottom side to work. Dyer struggling up on that outside. He's going to fall back to 4th as Trey takes that number 3 spot back. Down into turn number 3 and 4, side by side. Nope. He's going to keep it single file out of turn number 4. 4 laps complete. 4 laps to go down into turn number 1 and 2. Yost leads the way down the back straightaway. Ethan Irons trying to reel him in that number 26. Going to jump up to the cushion out of turn number 4. 3 laps to go. Irons is coming as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Side by side. He's going to touch doors with Yost. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Irons all over the back of Yost as they head into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to duck down low out of turn 4. Gets back in line, down the front straightaway into 1 and 2. Up underneath, here comes Irons side by side out of turn number 2. Drag race down the front back straightaway into 3 and 4. Irons slides up the track. Here comes Yost back down low. Yost with a beautiful crossover, but Irons is going to lead that time by as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Irons jumps the cushion out of turn number 2. He's going to lose a couple spots as Trace jumps in the number 2 position. Yost going to lead it out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway, takes the win, and he raced number 1. Van Wyk. Is that how I'm saying it? I don't know. Fucking know. Ethan Irons in third. Dyer in 4th, Brunson in 5th, and Martin in that number 6 spot. Oh, I might be in trouble, Nikki. All right, we're going to get ready for heat race number 2. As they are going to get lined up, it is going to be the number 69 up Blake Henn starting on the pole here in heat race number 2. Outside of him in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside row number 3 and another number 10, it is going to be Colton Lehman. Outside of him in the number 97, it's going to be T. Clem. Starting inside row number 3 in that number 74 machine, it's going to be Donnie Watts. Outside of him in the number 6, it's going to be Mason Newmiller. Watch the 97 at T. Clem. He's got the speed, but did not get the qualifying time he wanted. Let's wait and see. You got the heat win, you said, Remington? What's up, Ray? What's up, Ray? As we are going to get the one to go this time by, it is going to be Blake Henn and Alex Harper on that front row. Watch the 97. And don't count out Harper, but watch the 97. He was quickest in practice. Did not get the qualifying run he wanted. Look for him to find some speed here in heat race number 2. Maybe he can get that W, but it's going to be some work for him as he's got to get around Blake Henn. Down into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the green flag as they come out of turn number 4. Green flag is out. And going to get the lead down the front straightaway. Here comes Colton Lehman down on the bottom as they head into 1 and 2. Oh, T. Clem going to jump the cushion and fall all the way to the back out of turn number 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Harper down low on Lehman. Lehman up high down into turn number 1 and 2. Slide job by Harper. Harper slides up the track. Him and Lehman make contact out of turn 2. Harper takes the spot. Donnie Watts going to take advantage. He's going to try to slide in the number 2 spot. 3 wide out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Blake Henn has got to be loving what's happening behind him as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Donnie Watts going to get shuffled back to that number 5 spot. This is wild for second on back as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes T. Clem in that number 97 machine. He's going to get Lehman down low into turn number 1 and 2. Lehman going to slide up the track. T. Clem going to cut down out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. T. Clem hard into the outside wall. Big hit for T. Clem. Well, good for him. He's still going to make it here tonight. Let's go take another look at what happened. Colton Lehman is out. Let's see what happens. Lehman's going to go up the track. T. Clem underneath. Oh, they just kind of hook up out of the corner. Not as much room as T. Clem expected as the no caution flag in the heats as Blake Henn going to pull away down the back straightaway looking for 3 and 4. He's going to get 2 to go at the line. Alex Harper made it through that clean, and so did Donnie Watts sitting in the number 3 spot. Newmiller is going to be in 4th as Lehman and T. Clem are both out of this one. Karma. Down into turn number 3 and 4, out of turn 4, down the front straightaway. White flag is out. One more lap for Blake Henn. Down into turn number 1 and 2. One last time down the back straightaway through turn number 3 and 4. Mess Racing, thank you for the like. Appreciate that. As they come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Blake Henn with the win. Harper, Watts, and Newmiller. Lehman and T. Clem going to make the feature here tonight, but they did not finish the heat race. We all know what time it is, right? It is time for tonight's starting lineup. Starting on the pole here tonight in that number 29 machine, it is going to be Richie Yost. I haven't had to call him Recky Yost for a while. You know what I just realized? I got the wrong freaking name up here. Let's see. Outside of him in the number 69 machine, it's going to be Blake Henn. Starting inside row number 2 in the number 17 machine, it's going to be Trake Van Wyk. Outside of him in the number 10 machine, it's going to be Alex Harper. Starting inside row number 3 in the number 26 machine, it is going to be Ethan Irons. Outside of him in the number 74, it's going to be Donnie Watts. Starting inside row number 4 in the number 2 machine, it's going to be Josh Dyer. Outside of him in the number 6 machine, it's going to be Mason Newman. Blake did not grid up. Wow. Starting inside row number 5 here tonight, it is going to be Josh Brunson. Darren Brunson. He did not grid up. Outside of him, it's going to be Colton Lehman. Starting 11th here tonight inside row number 6, it is going to be Jason Martin. Outside of him, in the number 97, it is going to be T. Clem. I don't know where those guys went, but we are looking for the green flag as Richie Yost takes him down the back straightaway one last time into turn number 3 and 4. Go Yost, says user 6342377928817. Green flag is out. Always love it when you're out there and the user with the user name. I get to read all those numbers, but you already knew that. As they come down the back straightaway, going to be Richie Yost leading the way. Here comes Trey in the number 17. So Blake Henn is out on the track right now. I think he's going to be at least one lap down as they come out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Trying to make it 3 wide for that number 2 spot as Irons gets into the back of Harper. Big stack up out of turn number 4. Irons somehow keeps it straight. No, he's got a broken right front. Irons is going to be done for the night. The name is Dano. I mean, you got the same username every time, so I always recognize you. Just didn't know your name. Appreciate that. Yo's going to continue to lead as they come out of turn number 2. No caution flag for Ethan Irons. Trey trying to look up underneath into turn number 3 and 4. Trey going to roll the bottom side out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Richie Yost out front. Trey Van Wyk in second. Donnie Watts in third. T. Clem is on the move. He's up to the number 5 spot, up 7 positions. I know a couple of people did not show up. That definitely helped. Looks like Darian made it into the race, but he is definitely at least 1 lap down. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Here comes Trey down on the bottom side. Not able to make the pass go. Into turn number 1 and 2, still side by side. Yost has that top side cooking out of turn number 2, but here comes Trey down on the bottom side. Remember, Trey looked real good in his heat race down on the bottom. Only one to really be able to make the pass complete on the bottom side. He's trying to do the same thing. Might have missed a little bit that time. Lost some ground on Yost as they come out of turn number 2. Great turn 1 and 2. He's going to move to the top side at 3 and 4. This might be the move for the 17. Look for him to move to the bottom of 1 and 2. He's definitely quicker down there as the caution flag comes out. Blake Henn going to go around in that number 69 machine. Let's go take a look and see what happened to him. I think he's going to spin it out on purpose. What do you think the chances are? Whoops. He says, I need a caution. So Blake Henn around, bringing out the first caution flag of the night as Richie Yost has dominated this one so far. He's got a little bit of competition out of Trey. Trey definitely has the speed down there on the bottom side that we haven't seen out of anybody else. I really think the move for him is bottom of 1 and 2, top of 3 and 4. We'll see if he makes that adjustment on this restart as they got at least one more lap of facing. Down into turn number 3 and 4. Should get the one to go this time by. We are going to have 21 laps to go when they take the green flag. 21 laps. lot of time here to make something happen in a relatively small field. We're going to see if that if the caution puts Blake. It looks like Blake is going to be on the lead lap. He was quick. He's got to make his way through the field. Not a very, maybe not. Not a very big field. We'll see what it looks like after they take a lap of green, if it puts them back on the lead lap or not. As these guys head into turn number 3 and 4, looking for the green flag. Green flag is out. Green flag is out as they come down the front straightaway, down into turn number 1 and 2. Yost gonna run the middle, but Trey goes to the bottom. He is so good. He's gonna get down the advantage into turn number 3 and 4. Side by side, hits the grip perfect down on the bottom side, but the top side is where it's at in 3 and 4. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Harper on the outside in that number 10, trying to stay up in the mix as Trey moves up to the top. He's going to be on the top side of 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4. Let's see if he moves to the bottom of 1 and 2. It's been so good to him here tonight. They're both going to move down to the bottom. Trey goes all the way to the bottom as they head through turn number 1 and 2 down the back straightaway. He's got to find a way to get the slide in 3 and 4. It's so hard to do there. Not able to get the slide. Does roll a little bit higher. Helps them a little bit as they come down the front straightaway. Here comes Harper to the bottom in 1 and 2. Harper going to throw the slide in 1 and 2. That's where you got to throw it. Harper up the track, cut down by Trey. Trey's going to lead him into turn number 1 and 2 as Yost tries to pull away. Here comes Harper back to the bottom side out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yost seen the bottom side. He's going to go to the bottom in turn number 1 and 2. Pulls away. Down the back straightaway. Trey has his hands full with Harper all over the back of him in turn number 3 and 4. 14 laps complete as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Single file up at the top side for Trey and the rest of the field. Richie, the only one now running the bottom side in turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 4. 15 laps complete. 15 laps to go into turn number 1 and 2. Trey going to roll the bottom side. Tries to get this thing to wind up down the back straightaway. Looking for turn number 3 and 4. That top side in 1 and 2 might be quicker. It looks like Trey was quicker last time. Let's see if he's quicker this time as they come across the line. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He was a 10th and some change quicker as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Harper has made the Richie Yost has made the adjustment, moved up to the top side of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Last time by, Richie Yost was the quickest car on the track with a 15.6 down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Going to be 12 laps to go when they hit the line this time by. 12 laps to go. Blake is still 1 lap down. He is going to be not in the position he wanted to be in as they come out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway into 3 and 4. Blake's got to be disappointed with missing that start. It's definitely costing him here tonight as Trey and Yost start to pull away. Blake's going to pull off the track in that number 69 as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Out of turn number 4, going to be 10 to go as they come across the line. Trey has caught the back of Richie. Who's going to have the speed? Trey rips the high side out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Looking for that spot as they head into turn number 3 and 4. Look for him to try to make a move in turn number 1 and 2. That's where you got to try to pull the slider. He's going to stay in line as they head into 1 and 2. Moves down to the bottom of 1 and 2. Is there anything left down there? Good run through 1 and 2. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He's going to run cut down out of turn 4. Haven't seen that yet here tonight as they get 8 laps to go. To the top side for Trey once again as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway. Closes the gap on Yost into turn number 3 and 4. Yost starting to struggle a little with the handling with 7 laps to go. He's got Trey breathing down his neck as they head through turn number 1 and 2. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Trey's going to bang the wall just a bit. Doesn't slow him down as they head into turn number 3 and 4. It is going to be 6 laps to go. Trey is breathing down the neck of Richie Yost as they head through 1 and 2. Yost is going to run that low side knowing that the slide needs to be done in 1 and 2. If he's going to throw the slide, he's going to move it down into turn number 3 and 4 to the bottom. Can he get the run off as they come out of turn number 4? 5 laps to go as they head into turn number 1 and 2. Trey back to the high side, down the back straightaway. Looking for 3 and 4, running out of time to make a move. This is top split official. Top split official, big country. That's what I do on Mondays. It's all top split officials. Down the front back straightaway. It is going to be 3 laps to go when they hit the line. Trey is faster, but has to find his way around Richie Yost. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Yost going to roll the middle. Trey's going to go to the bottom as they come out of turn number 2, trying to find any position he can to find his way around that number 29. Looking so good as they come out of turn number 4. Down the front straightaway into turn number 1 and 2. Trey continuing to roll that high side out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. They're going to get the white flag this time. By does Trey have anything for that number 29 as they come down the back front straightaway? White flag is out. 1 lap to go. Oh, Trey jumped a cushion. Pushes it too high. Yost's going to ride into the sunset. Down the back straightaway into turn number 3 and 4. Takes the W here tonight. Richie Yost with the win. Trey second. Harper in third. T-Club and Lehman your top 5. Waiting for the results to come up, and we will go through these results, see if anybody jumps into the interview. A couple of these guys do have Discord, so it's going to be Richie Yost with the win. Trey Van Wyk in second, Harper in third. Going to be T. Clem in that number 4 spot, Lehman in 5th, Donnie Watts in 6th. Going to be New Miller in that number 7 position, Martin in 8th, Brunson in 9th. Blake Hen going to be in 10th, Dyer in 11th, and Ethan Irons in that number 12 spot. We'll see if Harper or anybody jumps into the Discord. I know Harper's got it. I don't know if Trey or Richie have it. Richie might have it. But we're going to see if they jump in. We'll give them a couple minutes here. Honestly, some good racing there. Trey putting on a hell of a show up at the front. Colton's a joke. Yeah. I don't know if anybody's surprised. You won by 5 seconds? That's insane. That is insane, Remington. I was about to say I'm doing 4th place interviews. Since when have I done a 4th place interview, T. Clem?
Hard charger, not 4th place.
Man, I was watching you in practice. You were quick. It looks like you made a little mistake in qualifying there and didn't get the start you wanted, T. Clem.
Oh, yeah. I haven't been racing dirt in a couple weeks. I've been racing asphalt, so I told these guys I'd hop in and race with them. Made a couple changes in practice. Went pretty quick. Tried something else in qualifying. Sucked in the heat race. Was starting to do better than get junked by some, I won't say that word, but yeah. And then in the future, it was just 1 lane and hard to pass.
We call it redacted because then we won't get banned for it.
Yeah, sure. That's what we'll call them.
we redact that. But yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you were pretty quick today. I'm assuming you had to use a little bit of tire. By the time you got up to 4th, it was probably pretty hard. It was pretty single file at that point.
Yeah, it was just boring. I mean, Lucas Oil is by far probably my least favorite track on the sim. So to even see me out here, them guys are lucky.
Well, we always enjoy seeing you out there. I'm glad you made it out because it wasn't looking very good until like 5 minutes to the session. So good run out here tonight. Why don't you give a shout out to friends, family, sponsors?
Yeah, all the guys over at TNL, Alex and them guys for holding down the UMP side of things, you for broadcasting on Mondays, all the guys that come out and race. I mean, it's pretty fun, pretty clean. I mean, we had a couple wackadoos in there, but it is what it is.
Definitely. I get it. Donnie, yeah, it was a good show. It was better than what I was expecting tonight. Appreciate you coming out too, Donnie. Alex.
Hey.
You beat T-Clem. Is he washed?
He's focused on he's a big pavement guy now.
Can't be washed when you were never dirty.
Great run.
He just hasn't been dealing with the dirt side, so
yeah,
is what it is.
Well, great run here tonight for you. It was good actually seeing Ethan out there with you guys. Man, you're probably lucky that he had a rough start there because, man, he was quick tonight.
Yeah, he's fast in anything, and I think he made contact with me. He was on the bottom. I could kind of hear him. He was in that little blind spot. I try not to drive out of my mirror too much, but
Yeah.
I could see a car flashing down there and trying to leave him room, and I think he must have clipped the tire or something and got up into me. But yeah, I mean, hate to see that happen for him, but that's just one less car to have to race.
Yeah, for sure. Donnie says he barely made it because he had a broadcast right before this race.
Yeah.
But yeah, good run there. You had a pretty good view of them guys racing for the lead. I mean, it was hard to pass tonight. Trey was somehow getting the bottom side to work a little bit. Were you hoping those two got together and maybe be able to take advantage of it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I felt before that caution, I mean, I had run the fastest lap 2 laps in a row, and then I think Tyler went the fastest after me, and then we had that caution, which I don't know. I mean, I felt like I was quicker than them until that happened. I tried to run Trey hard and clean, and I think I kind of just used my stuff up pretty quick at that point. So yeah, I mean, at that point, just trying not to make mistakes and stay within striking distance if something did happen, So yeah,
For sure.
it is what it is.
Well, great run here tonight. Good to see you out here representing the Republic of Congo.
Yeah.
Why don't we go ahead and give a shout out to Fred's family sponsors?
Yeah, dude. Everyone over at TNL, obviously, you for doing this. It's a cool deal. My buddy Ryan, he's pretty supportive. Bunker and Sons Transportation. Always like to give my dad a shout out just in case he's watching. And my wife for letting me get on and spend a couple hours on here while she's watching our kid.
Well, appreciate you guys coming out and even giving T Clem his P4 interview.
Hey, wait. I won our second split C Open at Dega, so
Not a big
I was a winner of something.
I mean, you want to talk about boring. I mean, Dega's kind of boring.
Dude, it was fucking boring except for the last 2 laps. That shit was fun as hell, the last 2.
Look, I don't think anybody will disagree with me when I say that Dega and Daytona should be 3 to 5 lap races tops.
Fuck, exactly.
And you can still
That's what it's supposed to be.
start 40th and still win.
Yep. Green, white, checkered.
All right, guys. Good run here tonight, and I will talk to you later.
Thanks,
Yep, have a
Patzer.
good one, James.
Yeah. All right, guys. That is going to be the end of this tonight. Appreciate you guys coming out. Honestly, a lot better than I expected. So, can't complain. Some good racing here tonight. We'll be back tomorrow night with Texas Speed around 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Gen 4s. I forget where we're racing, but we'll figure that out tomorrow. Thanks for coming out, everybody. As always, until next time, be safe and have a good night.